Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the Meatheads podcast.
Move done. Fuck up De Niro, I got a Snyder extended clip, so who wanna play hero? Go bad shit like Ozzy, I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports car.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Let me talk to you.
Oh, what do you guys want to talk about?
Oh, that's right. What do you guys want to talk about, folks? And guess who is back? That's right, folks. He's back. Even though it was a fucking short vacation, but I'm here. But I'm back. I am back, but I'm looking for the damn clip. Man, everybody moving shit around. Why? He's back,
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
That is right. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome everyone to Circle Debate and Just in Time Wrestling Podcast, episode 203. Rise to the top, folks, because you are rising to the top, but I'm not alone. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, the host TV Live and see with my two other hosts right here. Mi familia! I'm talking about all I bleed for these men, especially this man, both of them actually. But this man is the champ of this network. He's the champ overall, ladies and gentlemen. Because there's you gotta be careful. Don't panic.
please,
Don't panic.
Don't panic. Do you hear what I just said? Get your shit and go out the door.
Don't panic, folks, because this man is the Redeemer. He does it all, folks.
Because I'm not just the coolest, and I'm not just the best.
The Redeemer is back.
This is the Redeemer, folks.
That is right, fellow debaters. Your reigning, defending, undisputed network champion is here, also known as the Undertaker of the podcast Brothers of Destruction, and now I've been claimed the Joe Hendry of podcasting. You need a guest, and I will appear. That is right. But no matter what version of me you get, it's always game over.
Oh, good to hear it again and hear that crowd. It's so good. It feels so good to hear that. Man, it's been, even though it was a short vacation, but still. But also, I had my other brother right here, attorney-at-law, folks. Because don't forget, you got to call him. Make sure you call him. You're stuck taking a shit somewhere and you just need help. Or let's say your girlfriend cheated on you. Or let's say she has all your belongings. She has your title. Call 1-900-Mussolini. Make sure you call Pepsi Phil Hathaway. Okay, folks? Make sure you dial it 1-900-Mussolini. Because this man will fight for you for $3.99 consultation, folks. So you already know that. Ain't that right, Justin?
Oh, that is absolutely right. Pepsi Phil and Pepsi are not responsible if you receive the wrong can of Pepsi. COD and Top Rope Wrestling Talk are responsible for this ad.
That is right. That is right. Pepsi Phil, folks. What's going on, Pepsi?
What up?
Money's on the way. Call Pepsi Phil today. Right now.
What up, Cap? How we doing today in our world of wrestling?
Ooh! Can we say there's a lot of shit going on in professional wrestling? I tell you that, folks. And we appreciate everybody who joined us here this past Sunday and Monday Night Raw for the watch along and for the Forbidden Door watch along. Man, we're not gonna go through every single match, but we want to talk about overall. I miss you guys. I want to hear you guys out. Man, let's talk about it. Forbidden Door, man, was one of the highest ratings for the door for Tony Khan. He mentioned that, of course. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. He did get paid a lot of money for that, for everything overall. And congratulations for New Japan as well, and CML for doing an incredible job and also allowing the Lucha Bros, Triple A, Conan, you're the man, brother, to allow finally CML and Triple H to kind of work together. So even though it was a small in the countdown, but it was something that we were like, yeah, it was just Netty Mania overall. Everything was Netty Mania. Just so Netty. Everything was so fucking Netty. I tell you that. But man, we saw 2 title changes here. Well, 3, because I have to count the GOAT? Do I have to? We kind of predicted that was going to happen. Anyway, goes going to win the belt. That was already there. But the one that surprised really the most out of these changes was Tetsuya Naito, baby. Oh, yes. Now he regained the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, and now he's heading to the G1 Climax with that belt. I was surprised of that decision. So that was one decision that really surprised me. And I've been hoping that our champ got a taste of Stephanie Valkyria's performance versus Mercedes Moné. Fantastic. I loved it. It was awesome. I know people were shitting on it, the fact that Moné was going to win it, but we're gonna say that for Dynamite when we get to the Dynamite recap. But man, I want to hear you guys out. I'll start with you, champ. What were your thoughts overall of this incredible combined event? This is like Netty. It shouldn't be called Forbidden Door. It should be called Netty Mania Door.
I love it.
Everything was so fucking.
Just paint the door the same color as Ned Flanders' sweater there, and we're good to go. Like, open the door and it screams at you like that. That's funny.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Arias because he was there alongside with Mike De Niro from Ring Fanatics. Mm-hmm. Subscribe to them. They gave their predictions money and back. We'll be giving ours too. Dango, thank you so much. The boss has returned. Thank you. I appreciate that. Vacation was short, but I'm here. I miss you guys. I miss everybody. I can't stand it. My wife's like, come on. You want to go back and do it. Just go fucking back. I'm like, all right, I'll go back. You can't stand it without being on time. Like, I know. So let me find Pilia right here. But yes, go ahead, Chad. My apologies.
So yeah, like when we were like watching the show, even like we kind of just sat backstage watching the pre-show and everything, like the 0 hour, like there was like so much good. Like in the end, we basically only picked out like 2 matches that we weren't really like the biggest fans of. And one of them, of course, sadly was Mercedes and Stephanie because of the outcome, even though it was super predictable. But Stephanie, I am absolutely a fan right now. I will say that right now, and I can't wait to see more of her. I hope she comes back to the States and she's going to be around here. Like, because if I'm going to be brutally honest, she like carried that match. Like, it was all Stephanie. Like, Mercedes looked a little rough. Stephanie just basically held that match together. It was just so, even if it was obvious, it was just so disappointing to see her lose. Like, it was bizarre. It was very bizarre for a lot of us. Like, we just all just kind of went, just gasped. Like, and just like it was a sigh of just disdain seeing her win. Other than that, though, like, Britt coming back, I have my saying for that. Like, I'll tell you that later on when we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, MJF and Hechicero was good. Like, it wasn't really like as big as I thought it was going to be, but it ended up living up to like that big hype of being like, that's a good opener right there. Perfect way to start the show. Like, Brian and Shingo, absolutely was the match that I was so looking forward to, and it delivered. It delivered for sure. Like, I was happy to see those two go at it. I hope they go at it again in the future. Like, I want more. I will tell you that, because I love Shingo Takagi, like maybe my favorite person in New Japan right now. And again, another one that was like super obvious, but like it's not really that disappointing that it was super obvious in the end. This one was one of those, it didn't feel like you had to be like, oh, really? Like, we got a banger match out of it, and that was the biggest, like, important part of it. The main event was phenomenal. Like, we can officially say, like, when we talked about it being too early, we can officially take that card off the table now. Like, that, they built that up perfectly. The match was amazing. It just, Swerve's title run has now been solidified by having him beat Ospreay, and that is perfect.
Absolutely.
The one match we absolutely, like, we debated on this one, was it the main event or this one that we're at? I can bring up Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa. Like, my God, that match was amazing. Amazing. The story's been fantastic. The match delivered. Like, really, even Zach and Orange Cassidy delivered as a match. Like, holy crap. Like, I've never seen Orange Cassidy mat wrestle before, but holy shit, he hung in there with Zach. I thought he was going to beat him on multiple occasions. But that just Zach taking limbs, just stretching every limb. I'm like, good God, you ain't getting out of that. Nope, ain't happening. Sorry. The ladder match delivered. Like, overall, the show in entirety was an absolute thumbs up show. Like, again, even with the two matches that we just kind of went, nah, not really.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, it delivered.
Absolutely. Well said, my brother. Well said. It was good shit. Good shit. It's good shit.
Yes.
Yes. Attorney at law. Floor is yours, my brother.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably, like you said, one of their best ones. Even though there weren't really any gimmick matches or any show up matches, the ladder match was incredible. Honestly, that one was probably the one that could have gone either way. I'm still pissed that, honestly, in all this time, Konosuke still doesn't get a belt. It's real pissing me off about it. And honestly, I'm starting to go, this is starting to feel like bullshit. And if Takeshita leaves, Tony only has himself to blame on this one.
Can I hit it? You want me to hit it? You want me to hit it? I can hit it. I can hit it.
I mean, no, it's not even a bullshit thing. It's just, honestly, it's like it's one of those things. It's honestly, it doesn't really make sense because the guy has already had at least one potential match of the year, definitely a match of the night with Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, and then literally the Monday, the Wednesday after, he had another match of the night as well. So it's not like he can't deliver. It's not like he doesn't have the presence, and he's got a great look. And honestly, he should have had a TNT title at this point already.
Just think, he beat Omega twice.
Yeah.
How the hell has that not been capitalized on?
And even if you have Jack Perry beat him for the TNT title, he should have at least had a run with the TNT title long before now. Mm-hmm. I think that right there, even though the ladder match was an epic hot mess, and honestly, it was all over the place and surprisingly well organized for, like, 6 people in that match. Yeah. It was nice seeing ELP show up. I thought that was a really nice twist on the night because, again, they announced that the night before I think they say? Yeah, they said Friday. I think
they announced on Rampage or Collision, one of the two.
Yeah. And so him being put in there was actually really cool. Overall, like you said, the main event was incredible. It was 100%, and the main event delivered the way it was supposed to. And truth be told, this was good. That was legitimately good booking. Like, honestly, we shat on that move, and we all kept saying the same thing. Why? And those two played it up perfectly. Which is honestly what I was happy about. Because, again, the complaint I always had is that they never really, like, celebrated Swerve's championship the way they did everyone else. And it was starting to feel real sus how they were treating them. Mm-hmm. This kind of cemented that. Truth be told, my match of the night really was Tony and Mina Shirakawa.
Yes.
That was the most fun match, the best storytelling. Yeah. And honestly, I had more fun watching that match just because it was a great wrestling, but completely ridiculous. And honestly, that was the best thing about that match was you had a great story, you had great wrestling, and everybody played their part perfectly. Absolutely. It was nice for me because I'd seen Orange Cassidy wrestle like that before. Not Orange, yeah. And honestly, I missed that because, like I said, he is a good mat wrestler. Like honestly, he could shoot wrestle if he wanted to. And he doesn't because he's got that gimmick that's like the slack move. But watching Zack Sabre stretch him out or vice versa, that was actually legitimately a good match. And there are not many matches where you get a great match where the ending is a roll up.
Yeah.
Like think about it, that's a roll up win. You do not get that nowadays. Like people get bored and go, it's too slow. Because even Zack Sabre, who honestly is a classic mat wrestler, gets shit on a lot because they say he does not have the most exciting matches. I don't see it, but people complain because again, Zack Sabre looks like the type of guy who'd be flying off the top ropes doing some crazy stuff, which is what they were looking for. But the man, like you said, the man is clinically like a doctor in that ring, and he works the hell out of it. So the Bryan and Shingo Takagi, I was not even worried about that match. That was just a really great match, and like I said, that felt like to me like this is Bryan on his farewell tour, and like he said, he's wrestling everybody he wants to. And when we get to Dynamite, we can talk more about that. But
for sure.
But overall, the one I'm not really surprised by is Tetsuya Naito because I appreciate that they know how to work a division championship belt. Like a lot of people didn't understand why they gave Moxley a belt for as long as they did. It's because it's what they do in it's what they do in every brand. If you want your champion, if you want your next champion to be really huge, you let a foreigner take your belt, you get it back from him, but then you got that heat on it, so that even if it's somebody else who gets it back, there's enough heat still on that belt, like Naito does. Like right now, that IWGP is smoking hot because he just got it from Moxley. So whoever beats Naito is considered a real one.
We already know who it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who it is.
Let's hope.
I think so. We saw it. I mean, on the countdown, and it was his. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was his first time to step in an AEW ring, and that is Yota Tsuji.
Because I was actually going to get that.
I was like, go ahead.
That was my now, I will tell you the truth. I was excited to see Yota Tsuji in the ring, but I'm not going to lie to you. He looked tamped down like a little bit.
It was pretty
contained, right?
Thinking about it, like a fucking 8-hour trip to fucking
that's what I'm saying. Like I said, like it wasn't like it was a great Yota Tsuji match for a 6-man tag. But it was one of those things. But if you watch him in a singles match and you watch that one, you can tell he had jet lag.
Oh yeah, he did. He could big time.
But even then, his jet lag form is still better than most people's 100%.
I agree.
That's not even a joke. Like he was like honestly, he came out with the tassels, looking like Macho Man. I was like, and under Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior with them tassels on his boots.
Oh my god!
And he looked great. And truth be told, giving him that, like I could see him taking that belt. I actually predicted that he might get that belt at Wrestle Kingdom, but it's looking like he may get it a little sooner than that. At this rate, he may get it sooner. Because there's at least 2 or 3 more pay-per-views. Because after the G1, he has there's 2 more big ones coming up, and I think him and Naito still have a meeting coming up soon. So
I don't know.
I don't
know if it's I think it's Dominion. Yes. I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what
I think after G1 is over, because G1 starts in 2 weeks.
Yes.
So I know from there, after the G1 is whoever the winner from there, and then we'll either, so. But you never know. Yeah, you're right. Though.
So I mean, it may be soon. I mean, it could be Wrestle Kingdom because that's a good place to give it to him. But if you're gonna do a new era, giving it to him at the New Year's event will probably be a good way to go. But I don't see Naito holding that belt pretty much. What is it, July for the next? Well, I guess he could hold it for the next 6 months.
I see him holding it until Wrestle Kingdom. I think that's where we'll see him pass the torch to Yota Tsuji, because like you mentioned, he is this is the future star. So there's a lot of future stars right now in New Japan that are going to need to start building. That's why, with the G1 Climax, what happened with they added 2 new members to that, which I forgot who it was. I think it was Newman, and I forgot who was the other one. So they added now into the blocks.
So you got
Bolton.
Yoda,
Bolton got the other one.
He got the other one.
I'm gonna augment that. Like, so technically Yoda's already a star, but he is on his way to being the new Three Musketeers. It's him, Shota, Yoda, and I'm drawing a blank on the third one right now, which is pissing me off.
Yuta.
I
would say Yuta.
I'd say so. He's the youngest. But overall, they are setting up for this new generation of guys to come in. And I am kind of glad it's Naito, because honestly, I can't think of anybody else better to hand over the reins to him.
It's better to him, because right now with Sonata being hurt, he's really going to come back. So we don't even know how he's going to be 100%. And Naito's the last one you could say out of that group, that era, that really could pass down the torch. Because Ishii's already on his way out. I mean, even though he's in the G1, but what can we? I respect Ishii, but is he a main event level? How he used to be years ago? No, I don't think so. Tanahashi's passing the torch.
So I'm gonna give Ishii a little more, because these last few matches that man has been stunning. Like,
I know.
I ain't never thought I'd ever see him do a Hurricane Rana. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Who the fuck thought that Ishii would do her
of moves you expect from him? That is not one of them.
No,
so
it's not.
Ishii's just like, I'm just gonna go all out now. At this point, that's it.
Exactly. Now, the one match I say for last is Mercedes Stephanie Valkyrie. So that was a really good match. This is the only time since she's been back after her injury, because like I will tell you right now, I was not impressed with her run against Willow. I was not impressed with her match, because on that one, I agree. Willow did carry that match a little bit because she was hella rusty. The next match, I forget who she had after that.
Sky Blue.
And even then, like, she was still rusty. This was the first match I saw her in that she did not look as rusty. Like, she looked like she was starting to come back to old form. Am I comfortable with the fact that she won the New Japan Strong title? No, I'm not. Do I understand why she got it? Yes. Unfortunately, if you want to be real about it, she's a bigger name than Stephanie Valkyrie is. Not in Chile, but she is around other places. Shout out to Chile. Apologize. But seriously, Stephanie Valkyrie came in like a hurricane. Legitimately, the people were pissed, because I think we saw Mike De Niro was there and sent us a clip of how upset the fans were on that one. And even if you watched Dynamite it's Friday.
Wednesday.
If you watched Dynamite Wednesday, they were still displeased, but we can call about that as well.
We're gonna get into that for sure.
So, but I will say, this person who wrestled this Forbidden Door was probably the better one we've seen in the last 3 matches. Like, this was a better Mercedes Moné. This was actually Sasha Banks, not Mercedes Moné. Like, not New Japan, but this is Sasha Banks from WWE, the one that main evented, did the first Hell in a Cell, women's Hell in a Cell. That was who she was. Like, she was getting there. I really hope this is not the last we see Stephanie Valkyrie at AEW, or at the very least, she gets a bigger presence on say with Stardom, which honestly she already does. I know she has a New Japan Strong title, but I really hope she gets a bigger stage on Stardom at this point, because like, she has such a great look and she was such a great wrestler. And I think her, and I don't know how she did it, but she had one match in AEW, like just one match, and everybody wanted her to win.
Yep.
Think about it. She did a Collision. Was it Collision or Rampage? I think it was
Collision.
Collision.
Yeah, she had one match and for Collision. literally right after that match, everybody was like, "I don't know, Mercedes should win that one." So
That says a lot.
yeah, it says a whole lot about her. So, but yeah, overall, yeah, I will say the sleeper one that and this will be the last one I talk about. The one that does not get enough credit was the Willow and Tam Nakano versus Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe.
Oh man,
that was not match of the night, but that was pretty damn close to top 3.
That was an entertaining night. That
was legitimately one. That was a great match. I enjoyed the fact that it was even though it was technically an AEW match, a mixed match, it was a Stardom got the pin, even though technically,
which was the best thing about it, really.
Yeah,
it's a New Japan Pro Wrestling pin, so you get to see, because that was the one thing else I noticed about this particular Forbidden Door. And I know Temple, who, if he's listening, was pissed about this, because he makes a valid point that sometimes in these shows the major company gets the push, but everyone else doesn't. Like the visiting company doesn't. This one, like with CMLL, AAA, and like New Japan Pro Wrestling, they represented themselves well.
They did.
They got pins. They had great matches. Like LIJ looked amazing, which honestly it was great.
Banger 6-man tag with Mystico and the Lucha Brothers. Jesus Lord!
Exactly. It was a great way to introduce fans. That's what CMLL is. Which I don't think a lot of people. They know AAA, but they don't know CMLL. Honestly, I don't think that's no one's fault. In fact, no one knows. So they did a really good job of highlighting a lot of talent guys.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So, and like I said, so overall, yeah, I think this was the first time Forbidden Door felt like an actual Forbidden Door event.
I actually agree with you both. That's for sure, because it really felt like how you mentioned, it gave all the promotions their opportunities to show what their athletes do on their promotion, especially CMLL, that we wanted to see, and we finally got to see that. Mystical was like, and then don't forget that, Mystical and Hiromu already had their matchup before, so that was a banger matchup there. So they already have a history. And knowing now, too, that even Kyle Fletcher lost the belt to Atlantis Jr., the television Ring of Honor television championship. That's why it's opening those doors, and it's like, that's awesome. I'm glad to see that they're giving that opportunity for CML to get more North American, attention besides just having internationally. And the same goes for AAA. As much as how Pentagon and Ray Phoenix represented that, and I know Conan was proud of that. Who wouldn't be proud of it? I'm proud of it too. But still, that was a banger thing for me. That was a sleeper. How you mentioned the 6-man. Jesus, seeing New Japan, like the LIJ, to lose that match, I was like, okay, they're doing something for this company. That's great to see that combined. I'm hoping that down the line in the future, within the next few years, we get to see CMLL and AAA finally come together and work together as a main event, and like create a fucking event versus each other. Why not? Something that WWF and WCW couldn't do back in the days. If they could do that and put their differences aside and say, you know what, let's bury the hatchet, let's just work together, fucking, let's just do this matchup. Oh, we'll cover that shit. We'll do a fucking watch like that. That'll be awesome. Oh my god, we'll like see that. Everything, you guys, there's nothing much I really can add on, man. Really, the match of the night was really Tony Storm and so that's one great storytelling at its best, and I loved it. Everything was from the beginning to the end of it. But here for me, she did carry the match. As much as people may disagree with me, but she did carry the match of the first, I would say, at least 10 minutes. Then after that, it was more Monet, and then a little bit evened out. I wish the ending was a little bit different, but I guess they saved her not to be pinned. It says submitted, but does it really? I think for me, for her to get submitted, feels more look better than more being pinned. Does that be like, okay, fine, she got pinned, she got lost clean. Here she tapped out. Damn, I didn't want her to tap out. I wanted her to actually to be pinned, and okay, Monet won clean pin. That's what it is. What it is. Good to see Britt Baker, which we'll get. It's Dynamite for sure on that. And of course, people in the crowd was saying "fuck Boston" because she was from Boston and Celtics won the championship. They were New York. What do you expect?
Plus, supposedly there was a guy in the crowd who was wearing a Celtics jersey there, so that's why they went on a friggin' tear there.
Oh yeah, that's what they did. But other than that, I give Tony Khan credit where credit's due, and I'm glad that Orange got where he got. And hearing Zack Sabre, speak about it on the post meeting to say, hey, man, you got to respect this man. This guy can wrestle. And it is true. I mean, if you go back and look at it, when he was Fire Ant back in Chikara days, this, Cassidy is a grappling wrestler as well. This guy has done those credentials that we can really compare him to. So the match that he had with Zach really explains who he is, what he's capable of. It's a gimmick, but we loved it. We love the gimmick and we love what he can do. So I'm just happy overall. Everybody, all of us were entertained. And that shot, it was really a fucking Shawn Michaels Bret Hart match in WrestleMania 12 between Swerve and fucking Will Ospreay. But this was the opposite of it, because this was the Bret Hart winning and not Shawn Michaels Will Ospreay. This was Swerve Bret Hart and versus Shawn Michaels Will Ospreay. And to see that and didn't want to use the screwdriver, nope, boom, and everything else. Even though the finish was not what people expected, but how Justin said it, you both said it. Like, it's just this really finally defines Swerve's really title rings more than where it is at currently. I'm not saying that it wasn't the best with Christian Cage, but this one really put him up to the level that we're gonna see this again. There has to be a trilogy. And I can't wait when that trilogy ever happens. Even if it's for the belt or no belt, I am looking forward to seeing that trilogy happen, because you got two of the future stars of that promotion that is going to hold that promotion alongside with MJF, and alongside with other talents there for the next 5 to 10 years. So they're able to do that. It's just knowing how to use them. And I'm glad that Will Ospreay was the one that, rumor your window, folks. We're just opinionators. We're not Sean Rossap, piece of shit, Seltzer, or piece of shit Alvarez or Wade Keller. But, Will Ospreay made the call. He said, no, we got to put you over. I'm not going to win. He pretty much, and I'm glad, and we talked about weeks ago about let them handle this story within each other. Let them figure it out. And they did. They got us where we wanted to be. All three of us said it, that at the end, win or lose, doesn't matter who wins. They both going to put a great fucking matchup. And could be match of the year, in my opinion. It could be. But there's a lot more. We're barely half of the year. We'll see when we'll get more towards it. But I'm excited for what will happen, down the line in the future for Will Ospreay. For Ospreay and for Swerve. And Swerve is now the champion. This really helped his championship ring to elevate him more, because he gave the first loss to Will Ospreay. So that's and AEW. So that's where I'm happy for him, that he's getting that recognition, because you're right. It's just that he hasn't gotten that recognition as a champion. And hopefully this match, even prior one, is giving him that recognition that he deserves. And I get it. He doesn't need the celebration. I get it. I know. But at the same time, do you think he really wants it? I don't think so. He wants to be a fighting champion. That's what he wants to do. And that's what I see from him. Especially those promos that he did with Will Ospreay, like all of that. Like, I pushed everybody off. And like, when you're holding this belt, you're in a whole different world. This is the world that I'm in. I don't trust anybody, blah, blah. And so it's just, Will Ospreay really, understood the concept of it, and Swerve as well. So they did both phenomenally. No pun intended, AJ Styles. They both did a phenomenally job.
Here's the best way to look at that situation here. Are we going to remember Swerve's reign because he didn't have a celebration for it, or are we going to remember it because of the fact he beat Will Ospreay?
Yeah, no, that was the best part about it. And honestly, this said this good thing. Here, going back to the Moxley and Naito match, I actually should have known Naito was going to win because of who the referee was, because they brought in red shoes for it.
I love red shoes.
I really did not expect Naito to win, to be honest with you. Like, we've talked so much about somebody beating Mox just feels bigger, like, and all that stuff, but it's like they went with it.
You can't really go bigger than Naito unless you give it to Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Can I just say right now, what the fuck, Gato? They took the freaking junior heavyweight title off of Despy.
Oh, yes.
They gave it to Doku. What?
They gave it to fucking Doki. What the hell?
What?
Because
I was
so random.
Because he's moving up. That's the thing. You can't be a junior heavyweight going in the heavyweight division.
But look how long it took Desperado to get that belt. And now, in a short time, that's where I got me upset. Like, I'm not hating on Doku winning it. It just the reign of the Desperado that short. He just
have you seen here? Man's huge. He don't need that junior championship. He's on his way to
So you're
heavyweight
right.
level.
Okay, then
Let me just put it this way. Anyway, you're bullshit,
did-
Gato.
You're bullshit,
Well, no,
Gato. What are you
well,
doing?
they did
Tanahashi,
this-
you're bullshit too.
They
You're
did the same
president here.
thing. They did the same thing to Finn Balor. They did the same thing to Finn Balor.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, it's not like it's brand new. That's usually that usually means they're getting a promotion. So I'm okay with
so.
like that's usually what happens. They get like, oh yeah, we gotta take it off you because you a little too bigger than this belt right now. So,
Hey, if Despy's gonna go on and win the global title, I'm for it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't be a junior heavyweight and a global champion.
I mean, you can. No one said you couldn't.
I mean, you could, but I mean, booking wise, that's insane.
Yeah.
But again, who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows? All
right, what do you got? What's next, brother?
But man, I want to talk about it, before we get into the predictions for Money in the Bank and also NXT Heatwave. But I want to talk about this because there's a lot of things that caught my eyes, a lot of things here that happened this past week on SmackDown. That happened, and by the way, I was not here when Fatu fucking made his debut finally. So now that I'm here live, Fatu, you're watching us. I went netty when I saw you, and I'm still netty to this day. Man, Sheik messaged me. She's like, "Oh man, there's our boy." I'm like, I know. I'm so proud of him. He lost a lot of weight. He looks in shape. Oh,
it's unreal.
It's unreal, man. I know. Too bad he probably won't be in Money in the Bank because of his criminal records. Because different type of things in Canada. When you're internationally, kind of different. So, but it is what it is. That's fine. It doesn't have to be there. It could be, but we're gonna get into that prediction later. Seeing that fucking promo, Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy, like, oh, I am the voice of reckoning. Oh, that shit got me like, yes, and that's what we are here, people. We are the voice of reckoning for all you debaters out there that are listening and watching. We are. Oh, I loved it. That promo, man. If Bo Dallas is really doing it himself, I'm so happy that he is in charge of that creative shit because I can't wait where they're gonna go with that and what direction they're heading to. I'm looking forward to that. And I still don't know what's Finn Balor. I don't know what he's doing, man. Looks like you might turn your back on here on fucking Damian. I saw what happened on Raw, buddy. I don't know. And I know Rollins pushed the buttons there, but I don't know what's going on there. And then you have Liv being in the locker room with them. It's just so much going on there. And good fucking camera view as well with Braun Breaker missing the spear on Sammy, hitting into the fucking court. Like, oh man, Sammy's I don't know, man. I'm gonna save our predictions for that for sure. SmackDown wise, I mean, it looks like this. It's with the Paul Heyman situation now that he's gone, and who is going to be the next Wiseman here for them? Is it going to be Haku? I mean, or is it going to? It can't be Hikuleo on this one. There's no way it can be Hikuleo. We don't know if he's going to make his debut as of yet. Or what if it could be Rikishi out of all people? But we don't know.
Oh, my God.
There's so much we can really, right? We can really assume a lot of these things. But I'm really more, out of all these stories that are happening on Raw and SmackDown, I am just really intrigued of what are they going to do with with the Wyatt Six. I'm really intrigued of that. And seeing Drew McIntyre winning, which was expected, great matchup between 1-3. I'm kind of glad Papa H is really, if you're noticing the booking wise, he's not making it too predictable that, oh yeah, probably Dragunov will win and get the shot. No, it was true. So that was great that it happened that direction. Because this could have been Phil Brooks show up, but even though he got injured that following week, the following prior, but he could have showed up and caused that. He may show up this Saturday for Money Bank. Who knows? There's so much, but we don't. I'd rather wait until we get into the predictions of Money Bank. But I want to hear you, champ. What are you invested of this Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy situation, and then everything that's going on SmackDown? What got you intrigued, brother? Like, what are you now? You can say that these 2-hour, 3-hour shows are being more invested and more. Not used to be like back in the days when it was the other piece of shit McNugget. No, pal, do the same thing over every week. Fuck all that. It's it's everything is different every week on Friday and Monday. I love it.
The intrigue for both shows has been at an all-time high right now. Like, it's literally been amazing shows lately. And it's crazy, like, how much Triple H has done an amazing job with how he's handled these shows lately. Like SmackDown, immediately, like the fact that they have gotten the Bloodline story basically back on track. Like after the whole nonsense with, Jimmy turning his back on Jay and the whole thing just kind of felt like it was sliding downhill. Now they basically, they took the title off Roman. Roman's now like a mega baby face. Everyone's ready for his return. The Bloodline is going on a fucking tear. Like Jimmy's out. Heyman gets taken out. Like that segment was unbelievable. Like I telling you, if there's people out there that have not given Paul Heyman his credit yet, that right there will tell you right there that you should be giving him his credit right now. That man not only can show you emotion that will make you feel invested, he makes himself look like he's been like in the like every look he has, like just the way he lets his hair get gray, lets kind of some scruff grow out. Like that man makes sure that he can be like, this is how I'm feeling right now in this story. I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'm just upset and I'm a little worried here. Like, no, this man is stressed the fuck out. He is out there with a freaking growing beard, like going in, his hair's going gray. Like it's epic. And then literally the man takes bumps for story. Come on. Like, where the fuck is the love for Paul Heyman? Give the love to fucking Paul Heyman right here. This Bloodline story is insane. Like I said, when Roman Reigns comes back, that pop is going to be out of this world.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wherever he comes back, if the freaking place has a roof, it's gone. Like, literally gone. The whole arena might just be gone when he comes back. It's just going to blow up because the pop's going to be so loud. Like Monday Night Raw, it's got the Drew and Punk stuff. It's been fucking great. It's probably maybe the second best thing on the entire in WWE, just completely. How they're handling that story of Drew gets screwed over, Drew gets screwed over, Punk gets beat up, Drew gets screwed over, Punk gets beat up. Like it's working right now. Until we can get Punk back. Like it's been fantastic. The way Drew beat him up and basically took the bracelet and says, now your family's in my corner now. Like phenomenal. Unbelievable how he's handling that right now. Like the Judgment Day stuff is great. Like I'm loving the Liv Morgan story. I love the Liv Morgan stuff and the whole Judgment Day thing. I love watching the dissension of Finn and Priest. And I love how Liv is just there basically like helping that. She's like leading that on by, flirting with Dom, helping Finn and JD win the tag team titles. Like it's so good. And her reign has been like leagues better than her first one. It's unbelievable at this point. It's been so good. Like when Rhea comes back, this story's going to just like launch into the stratosphere. It's going to be so freaking good right now. Oh, I can't wait. Like even the way with Rollins coming back and doing the whole thing with Priest, like as much as I haven't really been big on Priest's promos, he's doing decent work in there with Seth. Like, and Seth is basically just like, it's come down to like, Seth's like, I'm just going to get you out of here. That's it. And I love it. But that Wyatt 6 right now and is something that I can't wait to see what more is going to come out of this. Like we have just the way that promo, that video package came off of the first one where they had the sit down and they're basically like chatting, like, I'm doing this for my brother. I'm doing this. Like we were forgotten, but now we're not. They know who we are now. And that's kind of what they did with the second one. But it almost felt like Bo went out there and just said, listen, I'm accepting the Uncle Howdy in me. Like I'm giving up to this right now and I'm letting Uncle Howdy take over from here. And I love it. Like, I think this whole thing is phenomenal so far. Like the way they do this has been nailed spot on so far. And I am impressed with it. And I'll give a little props right now to the Sammy and Braun Breaker stuff. I love it. I love it right now. The way Braun has been on a tear. I will give I am so freaking pumped. Like I am literally like when we get to the predictions, I'm gonna basically be like probably on the opposite side there. But I'm telling you, that whole thing right now of just Braun being on a tear, Adam Pearce can't control him right now. I'm so excited to see where that's going to go, especially at Money in the Bank.
Oh, love it. Yes.
I love it.
And shout out to Kayla. Kayla, of course, she will be hosting here for Sunday NXT Heat Wave, alongside with Dangle and our champ here, the Redeemer. And shout out to the Notorious. And he's stopping by saying, welcome back, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother, even though it's a short vacation, but I'll take another long vacation at a time. Lennox! My man Lennox is here at the house.
What's good, Lennox?
Lennox?
Love you, man. Love you, Lennox. Oh, man. Happy Friday to you, too. We're doing fine. We're enjoying the Friday. This heat. It's hot. But you know what? It is heat. It's a heat wave, no pun intended, NXT. But, but it is a heat wave all over here. But, yes, Attorney at Law, the floor is yours, my brother. Take it away.
Honestly, there's only three things I want to touch on. It's the Judgment Day, Wyatt 6, and truth be told, the Bloodline, obviously. Starting with the Bloodline, we really did think that storyline should have ended probably a few months ago. They put in new blood and it's changed. Everyone keeps saying there needs to be a new wise man. Why?
Right? Why do you want to replace Paul?
First of all, you don't need a wise man figure. The funny thing about it was I was not fully sold on Solo being like a faction leader. Like, honestly, he had not sold me as being like the guy for me. And part of it was the fact that he was still in Roman shadow. Having Paul there put him in Roman shadow. When Roman left, Roman casted a long shadow after being a champion for 3 years. Seeing Solo, all we kept saying is we're waiting for Roman to come back and take back over. After watching Solo kill Paul Heyman, as far as I'm concerned, that is him taking the baton and saying, this is my bloodline now. So I don't think Paul Solo will need a wise man. Like, honestly, I don't think that storyline needs a wise man. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, I recommended maybe in the end have it be The Rock be the wise man in this one, or maybe be Haku, maybe be Rikishi. But truth be told, Solo's bloodline does not need a wise man.
No,
like in my opinion, because if you think about it, technically before the bloodline, it was Paul and Roman. Like that's why it was hard to kind of break Solo away from the Roman shadow. Now that he basically took out Paul and basically brought in Jacob Fatu, and literally we saw him have an entire ceremony where he goes, "I'm the tribal chief now," basically saying this is my bloodline. Like that's and basically leading the way for, like you said, Roman's already over and he hasn't done anything. Paul did the work for him.
We know the history of that.
Yeah, Paul did the work on that one. Like that literally is Paul going, well, we need Roman to come back as the face. How we do it? We got to kill Paul. So that's the storyline that Paul basically mapped out for everybody. And as far as I'm concerned, from a storyline perspective, like I said, it's the storyline went up and down and it's back up again. The bloodline storyline is probably the most compelling storyline. And I will argue, like, if you think about it, and I'll say it, this is Horseman level legacy for the bloodline right now. This is Horseman level legacy. Because think about it. The bloodline has been going as long as for 5 years now, give or take. If you count when Roman first won the belt, the bloodline storyline began there, and it like all the great factions. I'm not 4 Horsemen. Like literally like the Bullet Club, they all had this kind of run. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. And they got a huge, and think about it, it's literally the Anoa'i family. Literally, it's basically a tribute.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. But like, I may be fucking fantasizing here. Like, I don't know. Like, I compare too much of the story. It's like a fucking Mortal Kombat fucking scene right here. It's like fucking Shao Kahn, which is The Rock, and versus Raiden, which is Roman, like his group.
I mean, truth be told, it went through at least several Shakespearean stories. It went through Othello. Yes. It went, all of them. So so at this point, right now, I think this might be Henry V. It might be Henry V, The Henry, Henry V era, the bloodline.
Nice.
So that's the bloodline. So that's bloodline. Now, Judgment Day is the messiest bullshit I have ever seen. God help me. First of all, Liv is money. As far as I'm concerned, this makes up for everything she has done in the past. The way she has worked it to the point where, like, and I mean, granted, good job on the writers for putting her in a good position and writing a storyline that actually made sense to her. Like, because when she first had it back before that, she had no rival, no storyline. In this storyline, she is literally going out of her way to be literally a chaos gremlin. She is the chaos gremlin in Judgment Day.
She's literally trying to become Rhea at this point. She's literally becoming Rhea.
It's a single white female situation. It's a single white female situation. Think about it. It is a single white female situation. We all saw the movie. That's exactly what's happening.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Shout out to KGP, man.
She already I don't care what anybody say. She already converted Finn. Finn already been taken.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we know he took that hotel room. That hotel key. He's there.
Finn is basically a power person. Carlito, he don't give a damn. He gonna sell everybody out.
No, that's cool.
Right there. Already sold out.
That man saw an NSFW freaking text from Liv Morgan and goes, "That's cool."
And poor Damian Priest. Damian Priest, the only one holding it down. He the only one staying in on business. And Dom's dumb ass is like, because everybody, first of all, everybody talking and nobody wants to say it. The only way she could have got that man's number to send him that photo was either Finn gave it to her or Dom gave it to her.
Oh, Finn had to have given it to her. Come on.
Give it to her,
So,
he gave it to her, and then she got that.
Because Damien asked the exact question: "How she get your number, bro? How she get your number?" Like, we all sitting there going, "Dom, I don't know, man. You looking real sus."
Meanwhile, Finn's saving her number for a second time.
You would have because look, I'm deleting the number. What about your other phone, Dom? What about your other phone?
He has like his real phone and a burner phone. Like,
Come to find out he's got a burner. That would be so fucking funny.
So that's like the Judgment Day. Literally, it's just like it's a ridiculous. Like they literally have no rivals right now. Like think about it. They're literally infighting. They're fighting themselves, and Liv is pretty much the problem. That's the storyline. Liv is causing problems. Like, I mean, the best part is like Damian Priest is like, Damian Priest trying to hold it down. Because if you think about it, if you go back to the original days of Judgment Day, the first person Edge recruited was Damian Priest.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's still trying to hold it down, yeah. So that's the thing I'm happy about.
Give him the Uso theme song down since day one-ish.
Because if you look at it, this was the line. He recruited Damian, then he recruited Rhea, and then he recruited Finn. Who the first one to turn? Finn. Last one hired, first one fired. So next one up after that. The next one after that though is if we're going into the Wyatt Six. I love the Wyatt Six. I think the thing I enjoy most about it is I'm not sure what the fuck they're doing. Right now, I don't know why they're picking on Chad Gable. At least,
he literally said it.
See, that's
he literally said it during the video.
See, you're still muted, brother. So, but
he literally said it during the video. He said family. He said he turned his back on family.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah,
I actually think family. So this will be a weird thing. So here's the thing. I actually feel like it's more than that. So I think on the one hand, that's what they're saying. But honestly, there's a weird thing about the Wyatt Six that doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there are a bunch of people they could go after. And I understand Chad Gable. And first of all, I'm glad because Chad Gable got a storyline and it puts him and the Creed brothers together. Because they already like, bro, you in trouble. What you gonna do? First of all, if I'm the Creed brothers, I don't know if I want all that smoke myself. I'm like, Chad, I'll be like, Chad, let me know when you want to meet up after your Wyatt Six issues. So
if he's even live after the Wyatt Six issues.
Exactly. So I'm kind of, I can't be family, but I feel like there's a little bit more than that. But then again, it is fun. And God bless Jey Uso, who was selling the shit out of it. Jey Uso,
my God.
Jay will be next.
You can have the Fireflies back. So,
God, I wish I had that Friday clip. Like, no, why don't I go around here messing with these people? Like, it's fucking the fuck out.
So,
watch Loki. Watch Loki. The only reason why the other like secret reason why Bo's going after him and everything is because right now he sees Chad Gable with the thank you, and he's like, that's too close to Bo leave. Okay, listen.
I mean, truth be told, Chad Gable is like the heart of what Wyatt Six people hate. It's like the fake the fake happy, the fake, that mode, like that.
Thank you.
Like the hyper excited crap that forced happiness, that Stepford mode that they try to get into. And the Wyatt Six, like they have already said that they've kind of given the impression that's what they're against. So picking Chad does make sense. The family thing, I think that feels like a red herring. I feel like they're just trying to break Chad Gable down. So overall,
that's the whole point, though. I feel like that's what
it is. Yeah. So that's why I appreciate the subtext of the Wyatt Six, because it's not like a regular beat up faction. Like it is not. Like honestly, they are very creepy and they are doing some really good, cool stuff just to pretty much torture Chad Gable, which I'm happy with.
Me too. I'm happy with that.
So going for Drew and Punk is really interesting to me, because we reached a point right now where Money in the Bank's coming up. And so we need something like at this point, there needs to be another tipping point. Like Scotland was not the tipping point. That's pretty much what sent Drew over the edge, but in their storyline, there needs to be a tipping point, or it's going to start to get a little bit old, because the scene where he basically kills Punk and carries his dead body throughout the ring, throughout the back hall, was great. Like that's a perfect time. Like at that point, you gotta take that personally, wake up and go, we need to fight that. Like I know Punk is still injured. So I
know, but here's one thing to add on what you're saying though. I'm not saying that you're not wrong about that though, because that's gonna be the scary part, where it could get really like it's the same shit, like boring. Because then the longer they really extend it, because we don't know when is he cleared. He might be. I still think he'll be cleared by SummerSlam. I think he'll be ready by then. I think the only way for this to determine it could be official, there's one thing he could do on his promo, and it just came to my head. If fucking Drew McIntyre decides to invade CM Punk's home,
I love it. I love it.
He has Larry the Dog on his lap and looking at the camera.
Honestly,
oh my God.
Honestly,
so good.
If you're gonna do that, I would like him to go to his house and have AJ knocked unconscious.
Yes.
somewhere like passed out somewhere after like with a giant chair thrown over, with Larry the Dog sitting there with like Punk's house completely destroyed, going, surprise.
He just got her like taped in like a chair somewhere, like bound and gagged somewhere, and I just be like, oh my God. He just like, you see him just kind of walk over and just be like, well, Punk, look what I got here, and he just like sees AJ sitting in a chair tied up and everything. I would be like, whoa, Drew.
I mean, honestly, with the Netflix era coming, I'd hit her in the face with a chair. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd give her a chair shot. I would go, watch this. Bam.
Oh my God.
He's had to like full on just have Drew show up and hit her with a claymore or something.
Exactly.
I'll be some movie shit, because then from there, Punk will literally go, he'll run backstage. I see the camera, following Punk. He goes Triple H. Fuck that. I need that doctor to fucking clear me. I want my match at SummerSlam with him.
Yeah.
Everything's
yeah, like
honestly, anything.
Yeah, like honestly, Punk caused him the match in Scotland, which probably is the worst thing to do to Drew, because like that's been his dream to win the belt there.
Exactly.
So beating him up outside ain't enough. He needs to do something that literally needs to like really cause Punk to go, screw this.
I love that. Give I forgot
So,
about it.
but yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Money in the Bank though is shaping up pretty well. I'm happy with we haven't got to. I know we haven't gotten to that part yet, but the matches that came out of this, like the SmackDown and Raw, makes Money in the Bank look like it's shaping up really well. Like there's people in matches who I'm really happy about. So I'm kind of like I said, I will say like these shows that's prepping for the pay-per-view or PLE, depending on who you are. Which Cody
pay-per-view, not the pay-per-view,
not PLE.
If you watch Cody on a Pivot podcast, he says everyone hates PLE, but that's a thing now.
I know he did say that.
So it's just weird. We get it. It's a freaking. It's not a pay. We're not paying like $50 every single time to freaking do it. Like, but still, come on.
Truth be told, based on the definition of pay-per-view, it is not a pay-per-view. It isn't. It is.
I know. It's just we're so used to calling it that. You get me?
That's what it's always been.
It is, but think about it. They have long since gone away from it. Like honestly, I haven't thanks to Peacock, I ain't paid for a WWE main event and a quote unquote pay-per-view in how long? As soon as they went to Peacock, I was like, I'm paying $9.
It's just basically their version of pay-per-view. That's all it really is. It's just their version of pay-per-view.
Hey, but you know what? I haven't. It's been like how Phil said. I remember back in the days. Fuck, $30 for the pay-per-view. Oh man, that was 30. Oh, that was back in the way back.
That's way back. That's like early that's late 90s, early 2000s.
I know.
$30.
That's how old we are.
I didn't think I felt having to watch pay-per-views. I didn't get to watch pay-per-views until the network existed.
Oh, see, I didn't watch.
I had to basically wait till Raw came on the next night after the pay-per-view and be like, "What happened?"
Our thing was we had to wait for the video. We had to wait for the videotape to come out. That's what
we
were. We was like, we had to wait for the videotape to come up. What happened was you'd watch the event, like the event would happen. You'd watch the Monday night event or whatever next night event was, and then they would have an ad to sell those videotapes, and then we'd order them and find out what the fuck happened. Because they would not show you clips because they were selling videotapes. They would just tell you what happened, but not do what WWE does now and show you clips about what happened. So you'd have to pay for the videotape to watch what happened.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Well, I was like, we'll have to wait for weeks
for
the video.
That's what being old gets you. Hey, all you young kids screaming that way. Fuck all y'all.
Hey, Phil, you're like you spoiled brats.
Get off my lawn.
Everybody catch this stray bullet. I'm pissed. Pay-per-views with you.
Get off my lawn while y'all
get off my lawn.
You freaking kids.
It's like $30 for pro wrestling pay-per-view. Yep, that's what back in the days was.
That's what it used to be.
Yeah,
good
that's
God.
Because they
$50 for boxing.
Yeah, back in the day,
wow.
Honestly, I mean, back when boxing was the hot, when Tyson was boxing, $50 was a legitimate one. Granted, you only got like 3 minutes of a match, and went shit. I just paid $50 for 3 minutes.
Just paid $50 for 3 minutes. Wow.
All right, it's that time, folks. It's been a while. I know De Niro tried it, but I'll do it. I got you, De Niro. I got it.
It's time. It's time. It's Vader. Dynamite.
That's right. Dynamite. It happened 48 hours ago. Because, of course, we were off 4th of July. I hope everybody had an incredible 4th of July week, for like a Saturday. But it's not. It's Friday. Jesus. But I'm hoping that everybody had an incredible 4th of July yesterday. People that are listening and watching. And hopefully you had a lot of barbecue, a lot of, hot dogs, burgers. I didn't have none of that shit, but I gotta watch my diet, unfortunately. But Dynamite happened on the beach break. Man, a lot of things happened here that, I think it was expected, but people were not happy about it. I mean, come on, I was happy.
Suck a big old bag of donkey dicks.
Yes, I know that he was that way. I didn't like.
¡En cabrón! ¡Chinga tu madre!
Well, I mean, it was
who knew he was bilingual?
I didn't know he was bilingual either. He's fucking Jew, and he's how the hell, how the fuck you're Jewish? I'll credit you, but credit you still, MJF. I'm not hating on Jews. I'm just saying. But hey, you're Spanish, good for you. But man, we saw that, and then we saw. First of all, I wanted to say shout out to Brian and Pac. That was a great opening matchup. Oh, I really enjoyed it.
Holy shit.
And it was a karma there. Pac, how he beat Claudio with that pin. It was the same here with Brian and Pac. But man, that match was incredible. Mm-hmm. Brian sold the fuck out of that neck. He sold the shit out of that neck to Pac. And it really, like, here didn't hurt Pac at all losing, honestly. If anything, it we all know, and I think all of us have been saying it, he's underrated. He's not been given that main event level where he deserves to be. I feel Pac could be a world champion. It just, you give him the time, give him like these type of matches, these type of stories. Fuck yeah, I'll give him the belt. But I think put him in versus Mark Briscoe. Why not? I want to see that. Put him in the Ring of Honor World Championship. I don't mind seeing Pac being a world, seeing Pac being a world RH World Champion. Why, he could probably do something for that promotion for once. People will be like, all right, let me tune in. Let me go to the app, which, yes, all right, I'm gonna hold myself because there's a lot of things that are gonna talk shit, Tony Khan, but I'm gonna hold myself. But man, and then also seeing Chris Statlander and Willow, great matchup. Did not expect that ending to end that way. That means it's not over. I still feel that Chris Statlander is gonna cost Willow in the finals. She's gonna cause her to lose that freaking Owen Hart tournament. Mariah Way's gonna win that one. That's for sure. I already know that she is. And no, we're not gonna spoil Collision, folks. I'm not doing none of that shit with piece of shit Seltzer and fucking piece of shit Alvarez. No, watch professional wrestling. Watch your show. I'm not gonna fucking do that. No, you watch it. But I mean, it was good to see Jeff Jarrett. Man, it was so emotional. It was for me emotional. But then again, it's like, we called it. Didn't we say weeks prior, but when we talked about it for the first time in the wild card, did we say it?
Cowboy shit.
We did say it. All three of us fucking said it was going to be fucking Hangman. And it happened. Well, not surprised. I was just like, I knew it. When I saw it, I was like, yep, I knew it. I'm not surprised. But I feel bad at the time because I think, Phil, you mentioned, like, I feel bad if it's Jarrett, the white Jarrett, and I love people.
No, that was perfect. Storytelling wise, that was perfect.
Oh, I know, but I still kind of feel bad. Like, I'm just Jeff.
Oh,
Jarrett,
I don't. I was happy.
Like,
well, no, the reason I know we're jumping ahead, so bear with me. Here's the thing, and Justin made a really good idea. It'd be nice if a storyline concept would be like, what if Hangman came back as a face and ended up like swerving everyone and joining the Elite, like in the middle of Blood and Guts.
And we're seeing it.
That was no, it isn't. He came back.
Not yet.
He's a heel.
He's a heel, but he's not even elite heel. He's just a heel.
He's just a bad guy. Like literally, he's just a bad guy. They made Jeff Jarrett give probably one of the best speeches about him and Owen Hart's relationship the week before. Yep. Him doing that promo talking about Owen was my boy. We rode together, we ride together. Mm-hmm. Literally, like giving you probably one of the best speeches. And then they had Adam Hangman Page come back and decimate that poor man. Literally gave him a tombstone right after a shotgun.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
That's such a good analogy right there.
Literally, that is the most, like, outside of him versus Brian, that was the most brutal I have ever seen Hangman be without blood being involved. Literally, that was like, so he is still a heel. No, if they trust him, they're an idiot. Because trust me, because keep in mind, his villain era is still, the reason for his villain era is still there and is still a champion.
Well, you're mad at the whole fact with, him not being Swerve.
I forget the fact that the reason he turned heel was because, quote unquote, Swerve didn't deserve to be a champion.
Yep.
Last night, Swerve proved that he's worthy of being a champion, and Hangman's sitting there going, fuck. And now he's a heel. So for me, that point right there was like, that's a continuation of the past storyline. I would have been pissed if they came back, even like did the pretend thing where he's a face and then swerves people. No pun intended. But so I'm glad he came back as a bad person. He came back as a meanie, as far as I was concerned.
And look, I already know people were upset You know, with the whole Mercedes Moné winning. I know everybody was like,
The fuck?
Crowd, man. They literally told her to shut up. They told her to shut up. However, keep in mind, when she started being herself, because she got pissed off, she got pissed off and actually started being herself, her promo got better. Like literally, if you look at that promo with Britt, halfway through it, right after they told her to shut up and she gets pissed, her promo changes because then she gets in her feelings. That's because when she goes, get in the line, get in the back of the line, bitch. That was the first time I actually felt something she said.
Well, like, I love that. Yeah. I'm with you. But the thing is, like, you know, how Britt was just like, oh, one line, bitch.
Exactly. That was probably the realest she has been since she's been to AEW. Like, she's not trying to be this happy-go-lucky, oh, I'm just happy to be here with the belts and all this shit. She actually, like, I think that everyone told her, like, hearing the crowd go, just shut up, shook her. Because I don't think she was listening to the crowd when they got pissed by Stephanie Vaquer. I don't think she paid attention to it. But when she's in the middle of a ring and they're going, she's in the middle of a promo and they go, please just shut up, that did something to her. So now I'm a little bit more invested in that storyline between Britt. And, you know, glad she's doing okay. And like,
scary.
And surviving that stroke. So I'm glad I guess that explains why she was off air for so long. So I'm glad that she's doing okay.
Oh yeah. Look, I know people are gonna fucking make disagree with me, but I'm gonna have to.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Look, folks, I know we all didn't want Monet to win this, you know, IWGP Strong Belt. We know that, but it was bound to happen. I know people are not happy that she's been giving ever since she's made her, you know, ring return. She was
specifically the whole country of Chile.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, they let her have it. They were giving her recipes.
And by the way, was Gonzalo pissed when he saw that?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
I felt bad. I was like, bro, I understand.
We literally ended the stream with him saying, fuck Mercedes.
Yes, I love Gonzalo. Shout out to Gonzalo for super.
I mean, he loved the match, but he was like, fuck Mercedes.
It just, now with Britt here, I Bully even Ray said this even when we said it before. I believe, you know, you take this advantage of having Monet being the heel. Like you mentioned, Phil, she found herself now. Now she found herself promo wise, because the last two promos that she's been having prior to that has not been great. And she's been like, oh yeah, you know, like.
No, not great would imply they were good. They were terrible. That's the word you want to use. They were terrible.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but you added on, my brother. It was so good. But yeah,
you were nicer than I was. They were terrible.
I know. I was trying to be nicer for everybody who are Monet fans, but you know, it's just that it wasn't. I wasn't intrigued. It was just like, oh, all right, whatever. Now here we're seeing this with Britt, you know, challenging her at All In. I'm okay. We'll see something. I still want her to take that character and really develop a look. I came from a big promotion. I came from WWE. I'm a WWE, you know, Bully Ray sits on Busted Open. Exactly what I said to be probably before as well. Take that advantage and use it and run with it. Fucking have Saraya with you because she's a former WWE talent. Have her, okay, combine. And then you can see the return of Jamie Hayter making her return at All In, saving Britt Baker from the attack, you know, from Saraya and from, you know, Monet. Could be that case. This could be, as much as I know people want to see Britt Baker defeat Monet at All In. I'm sorry, folks. I don't think it's gonna happen. Britt Baker will put her over, but this could be the opening right here for Jamie Hayter to make her return.
Yes,
and have her fucking make the save, and then have her relinquish, you know, give revenge for Britt Baker at All Out in Chicago, and then win it there, win the belt from Monet. I mean, that could be if they can head that direction, if they can. Right now, I want to see more Britt. Now that I'm happy she's better, I still want to see her more. All right, now you've been out of the ring since last year. It's been a year already now, almost a year. Get that ring rust out of the way. Get you some single matches, and let's go for it. I want to see how you look. I want to see how you are. I know this people are not invested of it too much of it, but I storytelling, if they could really take it that way with Monet being that heel person. Oh, I'm the WWE. Like, screw it. I like how, like, Britt is like, no, first of all, you're my house. You're my house, bitch. This is my house. I was the first ever signing for AEW female. So you're in my territory. So it's like, if they could go with that story and develop it really more, let her go heel. Plus, Monet, for me, it does not fit as a face. She's more of a fucking heel. And she's cocky. She is really in Persona too. And I respect that. I'm not disrespecting her. I understand why. I know some fans are crazy following you in the airport or your hotel. You get tired of that shit. It's like, damn, it's annoying. Leave me alone. But it's like, all right, use that Persona. Go with it. She even said it on her, I think on an interview she had, I forgot who. She mentioned, like, I'm go with the crowd. I live it, I thrive in it, and I just go with it and get them more hyped and more against me. So it's like, hell yeah, why not? I would do it. So it's just like, I'm really invested in how they're going to do this story. But I don't see Britt. Unfortunately, I know people are going to be like, why you say that, Ivan? Why you saying that Britt Baker can't beat her? I'm not saying she can't beat her. It's just that, no, I'd rather see Hayter come back and do that. I think she is the one that deserves to do that. Because she had she lost the belt in the Fatal 4-Way. So she never got her rematch, technically. I mean, you guys correct if I'm wrong. Did she ever got her rematch for that belt?
No.
For the women's? No, she never did.
No,
it's just even though it's a TBS belt, but still, I wouldn't mind seeing Jamie Hayter going for it. Why the hell not? So it's something that I am very invested to see how they're able to do it with that. That's for sure. And then seeing MJF. He went heel.
Holy shit.
I don't mind it, man. Let's see. Big Evil was about to pull Pentacle Dark from Lucha Underground after the match. Oh, I didn't know. Monet only speaks in catchphrases. Yeah, I mean, you're probably
true.
Right. That's true. I'm not saying you're wrong about that, brother. Fluff.
Literally, the whole thing she finished the promo off just felt like a slogan for her, and I was like, oh my god, really?
It's true. I agree, and it's like, and I like how Britt Baker put it. She's like, oh yeah, and look how long it took her to get those 3 little words and to really input it in your theme song. Come on, people like listen, they hear me out when I put the D and D. It's like, hell yeah.
I think right now they're in the same situation where, let's face it, she unfortunately has the problem where no one thinks she's worthy to be a champion, and that's where Britt comes in. Britt,
put over.
Yeah, Britt's job is to put her over. Mm-hmm. And honestly, her losing to Britt does put some more shine on her. Mm-hmm. Truth be told, I hope that Stephanie Vicari comes back and gets her belt back. But right now, Britt does not need to win a championship. Britt at least understands booking enough to know that she cannot win it all in. Like, it's not even in question. I mean, theoretically, you could let Britt win it all in, but truth be told, she's a former AEW Women's Champion. A TBS belt does nothing for her.
Yeah, it doesn't. And I'm with you on that. It doesn't.
Now, New Japan Strong Belt, that might be something, but truth be told, I don't think New Japan's gonna let AEW play hot potato with it.
Man, they should fucking give it to Deonna Purrazzo and let her go over there and fucking start them in New Japan. That's what they need to do. I would have given it to Deonna.
I mean, she's done it before. I mean, shit, she already was over in this stardom before, remember? So it wouldn't be new for her. So, well, like right now, first of all, Tony's doing a weird thing between ROH and AEW right now, where it's like all the banger matches are happening in ROH for women, and we are seeing none of them. Like, we are literally seeing none of them. And I mean, even Athena's storyline right now is probably the most fun I have seen, and I can only catch clips of that on YouTube,
unfortunately,
or on TikTok or whatever. But
isn't she hurt too?
She is. She hurt.
She's not.
She says she's not. But the funny part about it is even though I think at one point she might have been, but she's still milking that shit.
But they already announced the match between her and Queen Aminata at Dead Before Dishonor.
Exactly. Like, the thing is, even though first of all, Athena as an ROH Women's Championship has been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That run
Best champion Tony has, honestly.
Honestly, truth be told, I'm waiting for the Tony Storm Athena match. That needs to happen.
Inject that in my veins immediately.
Exactly. So
yes.
So back to the Dynamite show. MJF, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw MJF standing with Danny Garcia and Angelo, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, that's a pretty decent faction right there. Like, that's a pretty cool faction if you think about it. I'm like, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad faction to have right there. So,
see, they're giving the chef saying, "Take my money." Yeah. Tony Storm and Athena, yes, sir.
There was something about those three that looked like that's a pretty cool faction right there. So, I do not understand what the fuck's going on with Hook and the Learning Tree.
For the love of God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. In like what I see is Joe's carrying the shit out that storyline by himself. And I'm surprised he ain't got back problems. And I understand this to get Hook over. And right now, Hook has
Is it though? Is it though to get Hook over? Because I don't even think this is going to get Hook over.
I mean, that's the plan. Whether it actually does it remains to be seen.
Oh, I doubt it's going to work. Like, we literally went from Hook and Jericho to removing Hook from Jericho to putting Hook back with Jericho. Like, everyone's going to be ready to just give up on this because I think at this point, what is it doing? It's literally right just now, Jericho being a fucking troll every week, coming out there and just, hi guys, make sure you eat your recommended amount of Brussels sprouts.
I don't know, man. Honestly, the Joe, Hook, and Shibata faction, I'm enjoying that. Like the fact that Joe is basically teaching Hook and basically giving Shibata training, giving quick lessons.
Brussels sprouts, what the fuck? I'm sorry.
It's still making me feel better.
They've learned to nope. They've learned the nope, which is good.
It's hard for me to see Big Bill doing this shit and just fucking smiling like, oh my God.
I don't see. I'm not writing it off right now because honestly, we've had some funny moments where Shibata does the nope. We've had funny moments where you get Uncle Joe teaching Hook about jumping people in the locker room. Uncle Joe, like, this how we gonna beat somebody up in the locker room. And then literally he goes, watch this. Like that right there is hilarious.
That is hilarious. You're right. It is hilarious.
So Taz literally has it saved in his phone where it just says Uncle Joe, I would die.
Exactly.
I'd die.
Do not get me wrong. There is potential there. Like there is genuine potential there. So I'm kind of like I'm gonna ride this one out. Like I will truly ride this one out. Because honestly, you think about it, the 6-man tag at Forbidden Door with those 6 were pretty good.
But it was really good. It was a good storytelling.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not. Yeah. So again, I can't write it off. I mean, do I understand what's going on? No, I'm waiting to see, but with most of the Jericho gimmicks, it takes a minute for it to actually get to it. Because even if you think about it, remember the list? The list was stupid when they announced it.
But it was entertaining as fuck towards the end.
Yeah, at least it's better than this. This is not entertaining. This is just stupid.
No, because the list was terrible when it first started. Only got good.
You're right.
It only got
at least the list caught on. The list caught on, and that's why. Like freaking the learning tree is not catching on. Nobody wants to be a branch. No one wants to be a stump. No one wants to be anything associated with Chris Jericho except for Big Bill and fucking Yosemite Sam over there.
How long did it take the list to catch on? It didn't catch on either. It took months for it to catch on. And if you think about the learning tree gimmick has only been going for about a month and a half, maybe 2.
Month and a half.
Yeah. So it's still very early days, but we've already got a really good storyline between Uncle Joe, Hook, and Shibata, who apparently only speaks with speaking spells. So
I would die if Shibata showed up on the show with an actual freaking speaking spell instead of using his phone. Like he just pulls up a speaking spell and it just goes, Chris Jericho sucks. I'd just be like, what?
But like I said, I can't write this storyline off because I need to see where it goes. Like I can't write it off. Like I'm not like, even though I don't understand what's happening, like I said, think about it. The Liv Morgan single white female storyline, that didn't make any sense when it first started. Now look at it. It's hot. It is straight fire. Like it
Honestly,
literally did not
the
make
Liv
any
thing
sense.
made all sense in the world. You know, Liv, Rhea actually took her out. Now Liv took her out. Liv,
Yeah,
or
but
should I say, Liv is taking credit for taking her out.
But yeah, she took her for taking it out. But she did not go into single white female mode until after Rhea was gone, remember? And even then, that was a last minute thing, and everybody's like, I don't know what's happening right now. And now you got
she was starting to lead into being a heel more a little bit, like before even joining this.
I agree. You're absolutely right. But her, like, I'm talking about the single white female storyline, the creepy one, where that one, the one with Finn looked real sus, and everybody
the way she held Dom on top of her, she wanted more.
First of all, that's 2 weeks, not in a row, but 2 weeks. Somehow, them two been on top of each other in the middle of a match. Ain't nobody calling Rhea going, the fuck is your man doing?
Well, remember Dom literally said he talked to Rhea, and then freaking Priest called him out on his bullshit and said, "You haven't talked to Rhea. I just talked to her."
But back to Beach Break. I'm sorry. Willow and Stat, I still enjoy. Stokely still, I always gonna love Stokely ridiculousness. MJF, I'm really curious to see what they're doing because right now they really have him in that tweener mode right now. Like that, he's literally honestly, at this point, I want to just pull a trigger, just have him turn heel right then and there. Because truth be told, this is very reminiscent of when Triple H came back from his quad exploded.
Well, yeah, that was the time when he turned back on Ric Flair.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is full on. This is full on MJF now. Full on
heel
MJF.
It is. It is. I don't mind it because not only that, we saw Will Ospreay. He come out right after to check on Garcia, and then we see the exclusive they had on social media. I can't believe I forget his name. You know what I'm talking. What's that Garcia's fucking partner in crime? His
Daddy Magic.
Daddy Magic. You see, he busted that promo, bloodied up and everything. And I think we're gonna see something tomorrow in Collision. Something's gonna happen there. MJF's gonna open the show and gonna give his reasons, which he's probably gonna say, "I don't owe you guys an explanation." Type blah blah. I'm fine that MJF is a heel or not. Remember, we even said it in the beginning when he came back. It's like, be that person that doesn't have to be a face or a heel. Just be the middleman and be fuck the whole world type of shit and just really go after everybody. I mean, this one is more like he's frustrated. The way how it seems to me, he's frustrated since he got back. People are going over him and not really giving the attention that he wants. He's gonna start using that in a way and then go after Will Ospreay. I don't know if he's gonna go after Will Ospreay at All In. I think it would be a great match. We don't know. And then we saw that Will Ospreay kind of like, hey, I'm done with the Don Callis family. And you see Don Callis' face. We saw that. And then, he still has United Empire that we don't know if they're going to come back or not. We don't know. We don't know yet. Mark Davis might come back maybe soon. I don't know if they're going to stick along with the Callis family. Because then
he said he left the Callis family, remember? Will said he breaking
away.
No,
I know, but not Cal Fletcher and Mark Davis though. That's the problem. We're waiting for them to hopefully they can say, you know what, we were United Empire with Will Ospreay, and maybe we could see Gates of Agony joining, the Don Callis family. Maybe we see MJF going over there with Don Callis setting MJF in, and then there you go. Then we get that feud happening All In. It could happen that way. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know, but Kyle Fletcher was looking real suspect at the end of Forbidden Door.
It's not. I just don't like if they go that direction and separate Will Ospreay from his United Empire. I'm sorry, it's not going to work out for them. I'm going to say it straight out. You're going to tell me that their booking is not going to be like as a tag team, let's say Mark Davis comes back, you're gonna tell me they're gonna be great again? I don't think so.
I
just
I think the truth of the matter is that you said that a long time ago. It's why Okada came to America. You can't be using the same storylines while you in another promotion. You might as well be just doing an ad for the other promotion. Like if Will Ospreay is gonna be Will Ospreay, he needs to be Will Ospreay in America. If you were him, like honestly, I'm okay with him tagging with Kyle Fletcher. I don't want it to be him being united. I would like him to be like just him being tag team with Kyle Fletcher, or maybe him having official rivalry with Kyle Fletcher. Truth be told, I do not want them rehashing old storylines or old groups that they had in other promotions right there. Because let's face it, they left that promotion for a reason.
I get what you're saying, but my concern more of that is really how they're going to be booked. That's what my concern is. Because now with the return of Mark Davis, if he comes back, and now they're back as you know Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, which is a badass tag team. You know, those are former IWGP tag team champions. There's something that I would like to see them to maybe them feuding with the Elite down the line. Mark Davis is a fucking beast. He's a Stan Hansen of right now in this era. You know that him and Kyle Fletcher, to see them together again and develop that tag team division. Imagine them in FTR. Oh my God, it'll be a banger, man. Damn, them and fucking the Elite. Then I'll give you that, Pepsi Field, and maybe separate that, right? But then have them still be friends, but still they're their own tag team division. You get me? But away from the Callis family, really be more themselves. I don't mind then seeing that then, if that's the case. But I get your point though, what you're saying. But it's just like that's my fear, pretty much. Is like, because I'm not saying Donk is a bad booker or anything. It's just the way how they're booked his fucking faction is mid or lower level. It's like, no, the only one is booked very well is to take the shit out. He's the only one. Who else?
And that's debatable too.
Yeah, I agree. It's really debatable too, because we want that man to win a fucking belt. And that's something, of course. Now I'm gonna do it because I've been waiting myself to do it. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it finally. And
that's fucking bullshit.
No, you're bullshit, Tony Khan. You got a book to take the shit right. You should have given him a TNT belt. He should have won that belt.
Just giving you a heads up, your argument may fall a little bit flat when you can't pronounce his name correctly.
I know. I'm busting a Jim Cornette. You know I'm busting a Jim Cornette.
I know.
That's funny.
Takashita. Takashita, all right? Takashita, I'll say. There you go.
Takashita.
Takashita. But you're bullshit, Tony Khan.
Actually, remember, in 2 weeks, he will be in the G1 Classic as well.
Oh, I know. Shout out to Marcus Yeet. That's right. World elite. World elite right there. Subscribe and check them out to get the predictions for Money in the Bank. We will do it right now shortly, folks. But yeah. There's so much here, man. I'm invested, but I'm just at the same time. I'm just more like, where do we go from here? That's what I want to know. I mean, champ. I mean, there's got to be more. You got to add on to this, Justin. You tell me, brother. I want to hear you. I haven't heard of you. Tell me what you think about all of this. Talk to us, baby. I want to hear you.
All right, so I'll start with the MJF stuff. Like, I first off was very confused on why the hell we got to this point. But you know what? If this is literally going to be something that's finally going to get Daniel Garcia over, and not, something big for him instead of just, the way they've done all this start-stop BS with him, then good. I'm glad they're doing that. And again, it feels like that's their way to get Ospreay to try to get it, is to try to want to get at MJF, is because he took out Daniel Garcia, and Ospreay gave him respect after the match. So MJF went like a freaking psychopath and took him out. So now Ospreay has all the reason to be like, listen, you took out Danny for no freaking reason. Well, guess what? I'm coming for you. So you know what? I have no issue with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Danielson and Pac, awesome. It sucks to keep seeing Pac take L's a lot, but it's a situation where, Danielson's on what we believe is his final run here. He's going to do what he's going to do, and we're going to see where it goes with him. I was cool with Mark Briscoe being the first member of Team AEW for Blood and Guts. That's freaking cool to see him involved in it, honestly.
Oh my God. Okay, can we say, just to add on, and I apologize for interrupting you, champ, can we say that he did a fantastic job in that ladder match in Forbidden Glory?
He was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was awesome. My God. Willow and Stat, awesome. Again, I'm with you. I was surprised about that outcome. I did not expect Stat to lose, really. Like, I feel like she's gotten kind of the bad end of this so far. Like, her heel turn has not been off to a good start so far, which is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Jericho's whole stuff, you know, I'm just not a fan. It's not interesting me. Like, again, I don't see how this is going to help Hook. I don't see how this is going to help Hook in the long run whatsoever.
So you give it a thumbs down, huh? You're like...
Big time.
So I love you. I miss you guys.
Hangman and Jarrett. Listen, I'm not a Jeff Jarrett guy, but that may have been one of the best Jeff Jarrett matches I've seen in a long time. Like, my God, unbelievable. Like, again, it was cool to see, you know, Jarrett go out there and tell you, hey, all that stuff about Owen, how Owen's his boy and everything. Like, I love that. That was awesome. Having Hangman just confront the Elite and be like, listen, I'm not with you guys. I don't care what you want. I'm here to take that title from Swerve, and that's it. Like, I love that. I could see him, though, going full circle. Like, if Swerve gets involved with Blood and Guts, there's your opportunity to get Hangman involved in it. So that way we get Swerve and Hangman interacting one more time before they challenge for the world title. Because honestly, I still think Hangman's winning this whole tournament right now.
Okay.
Main event, Ospreay and Garcia, fucking awesome. Loved it. Fantastic way to go with it. And again, like I said, the MJF stuff was awesome. Now, I'm going to cover, this is my thing. You saw how I reacted with the Britt Baker stuff.
Yes.
I'm still just not into it. I'm not into it like right now. It's the Mercedes thing. Like, listen, when she came out and cut the promo about everything about having the mini stroke, I felt that. Okay. I'll tell her, I'll say that right now. I'm happy she's back. I'm happy nothing bad happened to her. Perfect. But I'm not a Britt Baker fan here. I'm not a fan of this. I'll go with it. I'll say it right now. I've been saying it the whole time, and I will continue saying it. I am not a Britt fan.
I gotta hit this because I want. This is a clip of the week here because what? Wait, what?
Tell me, he didn't just say that.
He did.
So I've never even right now, I'm not big on Mercedes right now. Like, that promo, like the face-to-face that her and Britt had really did nothing for me. Watching her go out there, and it, like I said, like Phil said, it felt like she got freaking flustered because the crowd told her to shut the fuck up. She's never had a crowd go out there and tell her shut the fuck up until all of a sudden now. And then they were just like, it just felt like she got flustered, and all she did was just want to just say freaking slogans until she was like, okay, we're just done with this. Got it. I'm so not interested in seeing her and Britt one-on-one. Like, it just does not intrigue me because honestly, to me, again, I have never had any intrigue on Britt Baker because she just comes off the wrong way for me. Like, she always has that, she always feels like that mentality of, because she's the first woman signed with AEW, she's the golden girl. That's it. Like, there's nobody else is above that. None whatsoever. And honestly, I don't trust what's going to come out of her and Mercedes out of this. Like, honestly, I think, to me, Britt's got a really bad attitude. Mercedes has got a really bad attitude. And honestly, like, if those two have a match, we could be in for another, all-in disaster here. Honestly.
Everybody would, you know what, and something that you're actually absolutely right there, champ, because people have been really discussing about that, saying that this could be a direction where the personal really personas, like real, could really fuck up the chemistry here. Monet could bust a Phil Brooks here and walk the fuck out on her fucking post-media scrum. I mean, like, yeah.
It's the one thing that keeps throwing me off here is it's just like the attitude that Britt's always carried has been my big turn off on her. And like, even when I watch her matches, I've never been blown away by a Britt Baker match, really. So it's just, this is my concern of just saying, like, so little interest goes into this because of the possibility of what could come out of it. Like, we thought AEW was moving on from that. And the fact that there could be a possibility that it happens again is not going to end well right here. So that's why I'm really going into this with zero interest, just kind of going, I don't know. Like, I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm hoping it doesn't, but I just keep getting this bad feeling that it's going to happen.
I mean, honestly, Britt's bringing the same energy Shawn Michaels did in the 90s.
That's a scary freaking thing right there.
And that's
it is scary. But here's the thing, though. Shawn Michaels still had great matches. Like I said, I know it's scary. I mean, shit, even Undertaker, remember there's a story of Undertaker waiting in the gorilla in case Shawn Michaels fucked it up. So, I mean,
he was going to fuck him up. I remember that, yes.
But here's the thing, though. Honestly, that attitude has Britt's not the first person to have that attitude in wrestling, not the last. And honestly, it usually works in wrestling. I mean, like I said, the only thing I'm really worried about is, like you said, Mercedes Moné has creative control. That I find bothersome.
That's very concerning.
Yeah, WCW and Punk should have told Tony never do that. Even Bubba's like, talent should never be in charge of booking.
Exactly. That's what the bookers are there for.
So that's the only real concern I have for this. I will give Mercedes credit. I think when it comes to business, I think she will follow business. She has said something that makes me concerned about how she is backstage. Mostly when she talked about her time at WWE and not wanting to fight someone because she thought they were boring. I think she was referring to Alexa Bliss at the time.
Yes, she was.
Oh, it's because those two with their beef. Oh God.
Yeah, because they just didn't have. They had no chemistry, so they just did not have any chemistry. Which it happens in wrestling. It is what it is. So I actually don't. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have aired it that way myself. Frankly, I actually think that right there was perhaps a little bit beneath her. To say something like that about another wrestler who's working just as hard as she was, it just didn't work out. I mean, because I think about Taker when he fought Goldberg at Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God!
Taker would have been well within his right to shit on Goldberg, but no, he took the blame on himself, saying it was something that he should have worked out better. He was just off. But so that's my only issue I have with Mercedes is like I'm a little bit worried about the creative control aspect of it because if it comes down to it, and she gets a booking thing that she doesn't like, can she pull the cord and go, I don't want to do this?
I just see it as a bad way either way. Because I don't see Britt being fine with losing to somebody like that she doesn't want to lose to. And I don't see, and even Mercedes, like if she's going to freaking take an L, she wants to make sure it's somebody that she wants to put over, not anything else. Like it's going to be rough.
I am more forgiving of Britt because she couldn't stand Thunder Rosa.
And that's the one thing that really sours me on a lot of it is still thinking about that.
But here's the thing, though. They had a banger of it, quote unquote, the unofficial no DQ match in the cage. And that was when they hated each other. They hated each other. But here's the thing, though. Britt took the loss in that one. Britt did take the loss in that. So
I mean, you're right because she at the end went professional on me.
So exactly.
She put her ego aside, and she knew that this is something that was on St. Patrick's Day that happened. That she, this is something for Rosa, and they were in her hometown.
Yeah.
So there's something that I'm going to be professional and I'm going to put her over.
Yeah, but then she used the All Access show to basically shit all over her, which is not.
It is what it is, and truth be told, it actually worked towards their rivalry because the next match was just as harsh and just as great. So I mean, like I said, I don't like Taker said, you ain't got to like the person. As long as you got some kind of chemistry, the storyline's gonna work. As long as you understand business part, it's fine. I don't know about too good for you. I think She's been there the longest. Yeah, I think she has a right to think that she has, like, think about it. Everyone else is falling away. At a time during the pandemic, Britt carried that division by herself.
Even prior to yeah, exactly. Even the pandemic and even
So
like
I mean,
after the pandemic. So yeah.
I know people tend to be a little pissed about that, but y'all forget her history.
I'm with you then.
When Tony's booking was fucking terrible for women, the only person who carried that division, because Tony was fucking terrible, was Britt. So I mean, I know people don't like the attitude, but
and that's why that's why I'm saying I get Golden Girl freaking attitude with her.
And she's allowed. She is in my head, she's allowed. She carried AEW through the pandemic. The first time they had women's division, when they didn't have a women's division, it was just her. She took the loss. She was the one who carried that division. So her beef about being the first one they got it's legitimate. Like you are more than welcome to say, Britt, what the hell? But you also have to go, she carried that division for the better part of 5 years. Like, remember, she
even,
did.
Like I said, even in the end of it, I'm still going into this very low expectations, and
that's fine. Yeah.
Just worried that we're gonna get a bunch of nonsense at the end of this, because I just don't see something good coming out of these two.
I am with you on that. That's why I'd rather make it controversial and take what I mentioned earlier, use that WWE style and have her to be like into that character for Monet against an AEW star, because I'm trying to compare it to it happened in WCW, but I don't remember who it was. I can't say it was the Outsiders that kind of started that type of stuff, but I think it was someone else that probably did. But still have I might get shit on this, but I can literally say kind of like Bret Hart in a way. We remember when Bret Hart came back to WCW, when he made his debut WCW, how right away they kind of give him like the whole type of like the kingdom. Here you go, buddy. Whatever you want to do, like kind of the type, almost to that similarity as a character. I mean, but then we found out Bret Hart was like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing here. That's why they gave me control of what I wanted to do. But then again, they didn't know. Right here, this case, I think that's one failure that Tony Khan needs to learn is you cannot give a woman. Well, not a woman, and I'll take that back. I apologize, people that are listening. Overall, male and female, both. You can't give a star a control power, because then what are you gonna do with it? Like that, it might go like how you said, Justin, that it might go to this personal situation that Britt could literally say, you know what, fuck this bitch. I'm not gonna do what she wanted me to do. Hell no, I'm not gonna work with that chemistry. And then we might see that collision, no pun intended collision, but happening that between them two backstage that we probably won't know. Kind of like how Rosa and Britt, but at least they buried their hatchets, and because of personal reasons, we don't know really full 100% who was right and wrong on that one. We heard both sides of the stories, so I can't answer or take anybody's side, but at least they handled it professionally, and Britt Baker put her over at her hometown. This one is different because this is Monet, who's fresh in this territory now, that been a veteran for 5 years. You're now on her turf. Now, something that she's not gonna just do you the favor, like, I want to put you over. No, we're gonna work together to get the crowd to be on top, be on us, and have the crowd put us over. And I hope is that mentality between them two, so it doesn't head to that direction of we get a drama that we hear on post media chrome after All In. I hope not, but we don't know.
Yeah, at the end, it's just going to be a wait and see kind of thing, and that's it, really it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, the future, Tom, what's going on?
Yeah, but like I said, this Dynamite, like I said, but overall, this Dynamite Beach Break was actually, like I said, I think it was a pretty good event overall. Owen Cup, I love, because tournaments are always quick storytelling tools that you can use. So,
but you know what? We're gonna check it out. Like, we got the males. There we go. So we got already. I couldn't look for the advanced one, but this is how it originally started. So we got Jay White versus, of course, Hangman. Bryan's already in the finals. We got the women's here that we got, Willow Nightingale in the finals, and now we have, Mariah May, who made it in the finals too, and now they're going to be facing next week, which I'm excited to see how they're going to turn out to be.
God,
so this is what's happening.
Mariah May, yes. Please.
Let's fucking go, baby. Yeah, and then this is the preview that we have for happening on Rampage today. We have that already matchup here between, Mariah May and Shida, who's in advance to the finals. We got, Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita, right? Not Takeshita. There you go. Versus Pirate Party. And we got Roosh versus Commander and Kyle Fletcher in action. We also have on Collision the main event happening there, which is Hangman versus Jay White, which I'm excited to see. I haven't seen the Jay White and Hangman. Ooh, I think that's gonna be a banger.
Nettie Mania right there.
Oh my god, yes. I am so with you. All good, fellas. Just finishing editing our next episode coming out tonight for me tomorrow morning. Well, check it out, folks. Do not forget and subscribe to our brothers right here, Tom. And of course, he's the future of the broadcast. Make sure you follow, subscribe to them all over on Twitch, on YouTube, all over. Follow on social media platforms.
Oh, don't worry, Money in the Bank's already over for them. So
I know. But you were talking about it, Phil, about the Owen Hart to the ring. Go ahead, but
the tournament's always been good because we get to see matches we don't get. Tony Khan's booking gets a little easier to kind of do, in my opinion. Hangman versus Jay White, honestly, I mean, bunch of New Japan alumni fucking around. So I'm pretty much good with that for Collision. I'm really curious to see, because truth be told, this is one of the ones that can go either way. Because in my head, you can have Jay White win, and Jay White, you can get Jay White against Daniel Bryan. Or you get Hangman win. And it's a return to Daniel Bryan Hangman. But honestly, part of me would like Jay White to win and Hangman to be angry. And this is what forces him to go back into the elite, at least for blood and guts.
Be a nice touch, actually.
Yeah, it would be. But you know what? I think, though, but you're right, though. But and I apologize to interrupt you. I'm saying, adding to what you're saying about this one, is that who's going after the Trios belt? Who could really fuck it up for Jay White here?
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Do I have to play him? Because I'll play him if you know what I'm talking about. I'll play him. You know who I'm talking about. And I'll play him, see?
Go fuck yourself.
Got the patriarchy.
Exactly. So, like I said, it's up in the air. Like I said, it's even though technically Jay White doesn't have the trios belt because he gave it to Rock Hard.
Rock Hard, baby, Rock Hard.
And that's bad because they won't even let him. They were not letting Juice take the titles.
Yeah. So I mean,
stupid.
So, but yeah, because honestly, I'm more excited for Jay White and Daniel Bryan, which is something I haven't seen that I really want to see. So, but again, that's just my fantasy booking. I don't know what they're thinking about doing.
I mean either, but I still have a feeling that Christian Cage is going to cause the match to fucking Jay White for Ford to get their trios fucking title shot out all in. That could be the case. I'm just saying, but I may be wrong, but I'm just saying. I don't know if you're the same, champ. I don't know how you feel, Justin.
I don't know how. I don't see this going in AOA, but Hangman wins. Like, I don't know. I don't like. I could see maybe the patriarchy getting involved and fucking over Jay, but I don't know. I just think this is going to end up being a Hangman goes over Jay White. We get Bryan and Hangman again.
I think the problem is I'm less excited for that one than I am for Jay White, Bryan.
I know. I want to see that matchup so bad too.
Me too. We never seen that match. I mean, right? I never seen a match between Bryan and Jay White. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, or unless it happened in a Ring of Honor that I'm not aware of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's a tough one. But you know what time it is, folks? It's prediction time. Yeah,
wonderful.
Yes,
that's right. It is prediction time. It is Money in the Bank that we're gonna get into, folks. Right here, we got 5 matches. Papa H, I love you because you're fucking keeping it NXT Black and Gold traditional style. 5 matches. You're not giving us bullshit fucking matches that, oh my God. And one thing, can we credit this man one thing? I mean, look at this card, gentlemen. New faces, not predictable faces that we thought will be in the Money in the Bank ladder matches. There could be we could say at least 40% of it, but the other 60, no. Did we expect Chelsea Green? No. Did we expect Zoe Stark? No. Did we expected Naomi? No. Did we expected Andrade? No. Did we expected Carmelo Hayes? No. Did we expected a Braun Breaker and Sammy? No. That's the other ones we could predict. Yeah, like of course EO, former one who won it last year. Lyra, why not? Tiffany Stratton, why not? So I mean that's something that we kind of knew already.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's why it's like 60-40. That's why I'm actually excited for this. I have never been excited for Money in the Bank until now. Last year when EO won, I was like, oh my God, EO won the fucking shit. Now we got something different now. So I can't wait till we get into it. But the first match we're going to start here is for the Intercontinental Championship. You see the ladders right there? You love that ladder, son. You see, love it. You see how I did it? Ladder. Yes, baby. Oh, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I'm gonna just go right away. I was gonna say right away. Let me see. Brian sent me Jay White, 5 Osprey, and go on her, but he and Daniel never met. Okay, thank you for BC. I appreciate for the
now I just want to see the match now.
I want to see that match now. Jesus. But this is the match I want to see. I want to see if I heard you guys. I was there in the chat. I don't know if Sammy's title ring has not been the best. I know, but keep in mind he took a little break because he had a little long story with Chad Gable.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a break, folks. I know you're giving him shit. His title reign has not been the best, but this is going to be something very intriguing. Do I see Sammy losing here? Well, I'm going to have to say some bad news to everybody. I do not see him losing here. I see him retaining and giving Braun Breaker his first loss in WWE in the main roster. Sammy retains in his hometown, Canada. But, they're in Toronto, but still. I see that happen. So I'll take it to you, champ. You're the prediction champion. You're putting your belt on the line. What do you got on this one?
So let me first start off by saying that I think Sami Zayn's reign has been great. I think it's been actually spot on so far. Like, he's made do with what he had so far, and it's worked. Especially the Gable stuff. Like, that works so well that you can't really, again, even if it's that's only been like the first person he's feuded with since winning the title. So you can't really judge the title reign just yet. But here, I think you got to go Braun. You got to go Braun here. The story here is basically he's been unstoppable. Like, he's been, like, nothing can stop him. Like, Adam Pearce can't control what he's doing right now. And I think that just leads to you give Braun Breaker the Intercontinental title. This man goes out there and just rips the freaking place apart and beats Sami Zayn. So that way, when he gets in Adam Pearce's face, he's just like, you couldn't stop me. Look at me. And now I won this. Like, just flipping out on Adam Pearce. Just let him go on a tear like he's been doing. And now the Intercontinental Championship is being held by this absolute maniac in Braun Breaker, the big bad booty breaker. Like, he's going out there wrecking shit. Let him go out and wreck shit, but give him the Intercontinental title in the process.
Do you feel the same, Attorney at Law?
Honestly, yeah. I think Braun right now just could use the belt. I think he's on a tear. Sammy right now, because of the run with Chad, with Roman, he's on a whole nother level. Truth be told, that IC title is holding him back. And that's a terrible thing to say.
Damn.
Because honestly, Sammy is main event level. And I'm not the IC strap isn't, but I think right now he should be in a running for at least the world championship. Like the IC title on him is no longer valid, in my opinion. Braun Breaker, however, they have gone out of their way to build him up as a monster, working his way up the ladder, and giving him the IC belt is great. Like honestly, usually most people usually have him win the US title and then the IC and then the world championship. Having him jump straight to the IC title picture is a good call, in my opinion. He has been literally a destructive force, like on a freakish level. So I'm pretty good with. I'd be happy if Braun Breaker won this one, and he wins clean.
Ooh, he wins clean.
Yeah, because there's a part of me that kind of wants him to pull a Brock Cena move, where he literally just decimates Sammy.
God. Can you imagine Canada's reaction if he goes in there, just squashes Sammy and wins the title?
Exactly.
Riot in Toronto.
I think it's probably maybe the whole point that they probably want to do that. They probably maybe wanted to go ahead and have Sammy lose in fucking Canada. So, I mean, who knows?
So I am I'm voting Braun, but I think it's because honestly, Sammy right now could genuinely go after Priest or Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Oh man. 2-1. All right. 2 Breaker, 1 Sammy. That's me. And now we got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, because I have a feeling, but I'm gonna save myself for that one. We got Chad Gable. Shush. We have Chad Gable.
Thank you.
And then we have Uce. Yeet. We got Es Idolo Andrade, baby. That's right. We got Carmelo Hayes, baby. Yeah. And of course, we got my number one guy that I love so much dearly because he's representing LA. Yes, he is.
Let me talk to you.
That's right. I love that man. And we got, of course, Drew McIntyre. Can you come out with Broken Dreams Out of Time?
Oh, my God.
Say goodbye. Just why not? Just fucking have him come out with that song. Broken Dreams to everybody here who, is gonna be, I'm gonna win this Money in the Bank. Just let him come out with the damn theme song. I would, shit. Let him have it for once, Damn it!
Give me what I want.
Give us
Watch him break it out for the Punk when the Punk match happens.
I know. That's what happens.
So good then.
I know people are saying, okay, Punk's gonna show up. He might go ahead and just come and cause everything for Drew McIntyre. I still feel he don't. I feel the opposite. I feel that Punk, what's he gonna do here, is down the line challenge Drew McIntyre for that briefcase, or causes McIntyre to avoid cashing in until he finally cashes it in, and then causes him to lose. And then Punk be like, ha, ha, ha. So you had 2 chances, you couldn't win the belt. So there's something that I'd rather make it that way instead of making it obvious of Punk showing up and throwing him off the ladder. I'd rather do it that way. Let him win it. Fuck it. Let Drew win the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase. Have him maybe try to cash it in the same night, and Punk avoids it. Or Punk decides to be like, hey, like making him lose. And then the drama starts more, how we said earlier, him going to Phil's house, AJ Lee tied up, and have Larry, the dog right there. Hi, Punk, I'm right here drinking your orange juice. You vegan motherfucker, all this shit, talk all this shit about fucking Punk. I wouldn't mind seeing that. As much as I wouldn't mind seeing Jay Uso winning it here, but I think it's going to end up being Drew McIntyre actually winning this fucking briefcase. And I think the story will develop more better that way. I just don't see Andrade. I love you, Andrade, but I just don't see him. I don't see Carmelo Hayes either. LA Knight is going to be probably because of Logan Paul may cost him that belt, cost him to get a briefcase, and we'll get our SummerSlam match up there for the U.S. Championship. Chad Gable, how you mentioned you guys earlier that we might see Wyatt 6 causing him not to win it. I think Jey Uso will probably be like, oh shit, it was going dark. I am out of here. Fuck all this. He's like, I'm out. Oh no, I don't want to be a part of that. Sorry, I took away your fireflies. I don't know. That could be the case, but I don't know. That could be the case here. But man, champ, who do you got?
So I feel like clearly the LA Knight getting screwed over by Logan Paul thing is absolutely happening here. Like this just so that would immediately take him out right here of winning. I just did, like I said, I didn't really see him winning in the first place. So Gable more than likely going to get taken out by the Wyatt 6. Like we're probably going to get a moment where Gable's climbing the ladder, looking like he's about to win it, and like Nikki Cross is going to be up there looking him in the face, and he's just going to fall. And I'm just going to be like, well, I hope he falls through the ring because that would be freaking epic. But I just can't get over thinking that Drew is going to get fucked here. Drew gets fucked by Punk. It's the one thing that I just keep saying to myself, like WWE, like with Triple H in charge, has basically the opportunity to bring the prestige back to Money in the Bank. And having Drew win it just to cash it in literally the same night feels like a waste. Like it doesn't really help really bring the prestige to Money in the Bank when he'll just get fucked over and it will just be like, wow, so we just basically gave the Money in the Bank briefcase up for nothing. Like, really? I see Punk fucking over Drew here, and that's basically half the field left. And at that point, it ain't going to be Andrade because Andrade just can't get anything and they're like going anywhere. And Mello, it would be cool to see Mello win it, but I feel like it's too soon for Mello. Honestly, I think this is Jey Uso here. Like with half the field taken out, you have to just basically go off what you have left at that point. And out of the 3 people that are going to be left, there's only one option. It's Jey Uso.
All right, attorney at law. How do you
think? I'm picking Drew.
Out of time.
The part
so say goodbye.
The poetic irony of that is not lost on me. And honestly, him winning the Money in the Bank for me of this group makes sense. Carmelo Hayes, like you said, would be nice. I mean, the problem is I don't know if he's too young. He did great in NXT, but I don't know. He did. I mean, him making it there was something, but I feel like him being there is kind of like, I mean, for lack of a better word, it's like he's the most athletic out of everyone on there, so he'll be doing the great spots there for it. I think Drew winning makes SummerSlam right there.
Yeah,
now, do I think he goes after the belt, or do I think it's something where like, and as much as I hate to say it, it turns into him versus Punk for the Money in the Bank suitcase.
Yeah,
that's what I've been feeling, but yeah.
So that's the of this group, and storyline wise, the only one who makes sense to me to get the belt is Drew. I guess, I mean, truth be told, I don't see Chad winning. I don't see Andrade winning. Jay, unfortunately, is so over. Him being the title, he already had his run at the title, basically. Like, he's had several chances to get belts. I don't think they'll let him get Money in the Bank because of it. So, for me, the only person on this list who actually should, quote unquote, booking wise, I would give the belt to would be Drew. Because truth be told, his run has been incredible. Like I don't like to use the word deserve, but honestly, from a money standpoint, from asses and seats, him having the Money in the Bank, having the Money Bank suitcase with him looming over either Priest or Seth. Because honestly, Drew Seth too would still make me happy, assuming Damian loses, or Drew or quote unquote Damian Drew also 2 would also make me happy.
I think it's just difficult to say that because honestly, I think no matter what, at SummerSlam, Gunther's leaving with that title. There is no ifs, ands, buts, or maybes. Like, so that's what gets really difficult. Like, it would have to just be somebody either is going to eventually cash in on him, or it's going to be where Gunther has this big reign and somebody's going to end up beating him for it to the point where that's when Money in the Bank can get used. Like, I just can't see this. Like, Drew and Punk don't need anything associated with a championship involved in this. The two of them just need to go in there, let the freaking blood feud continue until the point where they're just going to beat the dog shit out of each other. Let everything else be around that, and that's it. Like, so I don't see the point of just being like, yes, the story would be there that if Drew gets fucked, either way, it's there. So, like, but I just feel like it would just be like a waste to just give him the briefcase, have him cash in the same night, because he's already said basically if he wins the briefcase, he's cashing in literally the same night by guarantee. So,
but
it makes sense story wise, but like, do we really need to waste Money in the Bank this quick?
Well, here's the thing though. Imagine if he wins the Money in the Bank, he's about to cash in, but Punk costs him again.
See, I don't see that. I feel like Punk's gonna fuck him over as soon as the cash in is official.
That's what I
the
feel
only thing I
too.
can see happening. So it's either that or you fuck him over beforehand.
I say
that
more
that way it keeps it away from it.
I still say more during with it, because then he'll lose that chance to actually try to cash in it again. He cashed it one time and then Punk causes him to lose it.
You fucked my like literally. He could literally just go out and say he screwed my opportunity again of getting the chance at the world title. Like, it's not like either way. Even if he does it when he cashes in, he fucked him over. But like, wouldn't it rather make more sense to again try to keep bringing the prestige back to Money in the Bank by having somebody actually win it and hold it for a little bit instead of just blowing it in the same night?
I mean, holding it for what? Holding it for what?
Well, to SummerSlam, probably to maybe try to
either SummerSlam or just a little bit. Like, you have all the
but you just said by SummerSlam, Gunther's getting it.
Oh, obviously. But then you have the opportunity to cash in there, or you have the opportunity to cash in whenever. Because again, it's not designated to one championship here.
No, it's not. But I mean,
that's a good point.
If you have Gunther winning the championship and SummerSlam, and you want him to cash in at SummerSlam, him going to the Money in the Bank, holding to SummerSlam, cashing in, losing to Gunther, does an equal amount of damage if he loses the day one or if he loses day two or day SummerSlam. So either way, at least make it mean something where Punk costs him and the Money in the Bank, even though it's really important, Drew loses his mind when he gets screwed again trying to win another belt. This time it's with Money in the Bank, which ostensibly was his last shot at the championship. Like, I think that's the thing, because like I agree with you. I think Gunther is winning that shit at SummerSlam. Because truth be told, he's on a trajectory to say it's mine. Like,
I think what sold us, and I apologize to interrupt you very quick though. What sold us was that promo. Remember when it was when it was M3, and it sold the fuck out of me. Like, this guy's gonna win a belt.
I mean, honestly, Gunther honestly has one of those promos that it feels real. Like, it feels very real, because when he said, "I don't care who wins, I'm getting my belt," I'm like, I don't want to be one of you motherfuckers. Good luck to whoever wins, because you just lost.
I swear that shit reminds me
that's honestly, and because honestly, what was it? Undertaker talked about Gunther. And he talked about the fact that, and this is the thing, and this is where most wrestlers have an issue with, and not everybody, but like, it takes them a while to do it. But Gunther pretty much had it from almost soon as he went to the main card, was you can tell his passion and love for the business. And every promo he gives, and don't get me wrong, he unlike most people who does the screaming and yelling, he doesn't do that. he just does these like serial killer like Dexter tones about like what I love.
Hell no, that shit reminds me of fucking Rocky IV type of style.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
like,
what it reminds me of. I will kill you. Like what?
That man is literally Hannibal Lecter at this point.
Yeah, like that's the best thing about him. Like I said, that's the best. So yeah, so
imagine
honestly,
Gunther walking into a room and just going, "Hello, Clarice."
Exactly. So and honestly, like I said, that's the thing I'm waiting for. And like I said, not giving him the belt at
out of their
SummerSlam
mind
is a missed opportunity if it doesn't happen. So
Or,
honestly, I'm okay if like Drew gets screwed over the day of because Punk screws him, and like that sends Drew over the edge. And then, I mean, theoretically, storyline, he ends up with Larry in his lap with AJ Doc.
Oh, we gotta have.
I feel like either way, even if he gets fucked by cashing in and gets fucked, or if he just gets fucked completely in this match, he's gonna go off the deep end.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because at this point, Drew is unhinged evil right now. He is
Super
unhinged evil. So, because like like I said, when he took out Punk and carried him across the back in the back, everybody's like, "Oh, that's not a good sign." It's like all you just hear is like someone slamming against the wall, and then Punk just laid out. You're going, "Oh, that's."
The thing is, though, how are you supposed to not feel bad for Drew? That's the question. He literally just keeps getting fucked at this point. How do you not feel bad for him?
It remind me, it is Bash Berlin after SummerSlam, right? Or before? I always keep forgetting.
After, I think.
It's after, huh? Fuck, man. I can't wait till tomorrow. I'm excited to fucking. I want to see where the fuck this is going.
I know. I'm so pumped for this.
I'm so pumped for this. And by the way, folks, once again, people that are watching, listening, we will have a watch along here for Money in the Bank. The Notorious will be hosting it, alongside with the champ right here, the Redeemer, right here alongside, and hopefully with the more crew coming up tomorrow. But let's move on. We got let's talk about the women's one. Now the women's one is going to be the one interest. Oh man, we got Chelsea Green. Yeah, I had to say that. You see how I said it? I had to prove Samantha Irvin how she did it. All right. And you got it's Tiffy time. Yes, we got Tiffy time. And we got Zoe Stark. Thank God. Thank you. You answered my prayer to Papa H. Thank God that Zoe Stark is part of this. Lyra Valkyria was expected. Io Sky, of course, expected. Naomi was the one that I didn't expect. But I'm happy that she got in there, though. Hell yeah. You brought her back. You better fucking do something with that woman. She was a former TNA Knockouts World Champion. She deserves to be in this main card. And this is oh my God. Can I say, Familia Brothers, this is the hardest one for me because there's so many things I really want. I want Chelsea Green because she'll be her hometown in Canada.
I'm with you there.
I want Tiffany Stratton because she'll carry that fucking purse. And I think Justin or Phil, both of you guys said it. She'll make that Money in the Bank purse fucking briefcase type of style.
WWE has a chance to market 2 different briefcases after this: a Money in the Bank Yeet case and a Money in the Bank purse.
Yes. And then the third one for me is I don't want Lyra to win. I know people are gonna be like, why? What the fuck's wrong with you, Ivan? And like, no, it's because you're gonna make it too fucking obvious, man. I love Lyra, but it's too fucking obvious. It's like for me, like it's just I don't want that. I know
fickle. They're fickle.
I know I'm fickle. Okay, relax. I know I am. I know, but still, I just don't want it. All right. Tranquilo. Gotta be tranquilo a little bit here. But the third one I actually would have mind would be really Naomi. Actually, I would have mind something new and fresh, something really like different. It doesn't have to be the obvious. And this is where I think you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like this is one of the hardest one here to pick who could win this one. If I'm going to have to pick somebody here, I'm going to go with Chelsea Green. I'm going to go with her. I'd rather have her to brag about it. And I forgot somebody said it too on another podcast. Somebody said I heard him. I'd rather have Chelsea win. It gives Matt Cardona a reason to be like, oh, I'm a Money in the Bank Never go
That
walk
man
around
showed
with
up at an indie show with the fucking briefcase. I'm gonna die.
Remember, he did it with a tag team belt at DDT. He did the same
Oh my
shit.
god.
He was 1/4 of women's champion, tag team champion. Yes.
Yes. Just give me
1/4 because he did the math correctly.
Watch this man show up in GCW again and try to use the Money in the Bank briefcase on the GCW World Title.
Oh, oh my god, he probably
Cardona, listen to this right there.
Cash in, Cardona. Cash in. Get your GCW championship. Oh
if your wife wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, take it to GCW and cash in on the world champion.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take this clip and I'm gonna fucking tag Cardona in this one.
Do it.
I want Cardona. I'm fucking doing it. Hell yeah, I want Cardona to see this shit. Go ahead, Redeemer. The floor is yours, champ.
See, this is the toughest one, I think, right here. Like, I feel like I'm locked in on Tiffany, but I have no issue with Chelsea winning. Like, I want Chelsea. Like, I like Chelsea Green. I really do. Like, I like the character. Honestly, I think she's a great wrestler. Like, she is always, like, I still remember the times when before Chelsea was like locked in with WWE, she was out there as maybe one of the best female wrestlers at the time. And it's like, my God, like, she can really just make it all work. She's a great wrestler. She can always play a character up to the freaking T. So I would have no issue with her winning. Honestly, though, I still think this is Tiffany, but I do think that Naomi has a chance as well. Because there's this thing going around with Naomi. Like, if you've watched all the interactions with her and Bailey, especially that one time when during the build to the Piper match, when Piper squashed the two of them against the wall, Naomi was holding on to the women's championship with like a death grip. Like, she's slightly teasing something going on here. Like, if she's going to turn heel or something, I don't know. Like, she's been kind of like leaning towards it, like the way she keeps kind of eyeing the title, grabbing onto it like slightly once in a blue moon. Like, it could happen. But honestly, like, I just think Tiffany's got this one completely because, like, they really haven't done much with her. So I feel like they've been saving, like, all the opportunity to really start pushing her. So it's like, and their way to start that right off the bat more is Money in the Bank. So honestly, I'm still locked in on Tiffany here.
Okay. Oh, Attorney at Law, you're the last one here. Who do you got, bro? Oh, man, I'm curious to know. Tell me this is the hardest one for you. Tell me this shit ain't hard for you. If you say it's something easy, I'm gonna play that bullshit Tony Khan to your ass. It's bullshit, Tony Khan.
So here's the thing. I would like Zoe Starks to win.
Oh, thank God! Somebody said he's gonna
win.
I mean, she's not gonna win, unfortunately, which is too bad because I think Zoe Starks.
You heard it by heart here.
I mean, I truth be told, Tiffany is the odds-on favorite. Because I think they're trying to put a better shine on it. Chelsea Green will, in fact, not win the Money in the Bank. Io Sky already had her run. Tiffany Stratton's the only one who makes sense. But honestly, I'll say I'm putting my money on Zoe Starks.
Ooh.
Like, I know, like I said, it's a long shot, and I know it's a long shot. But truth be told, she's been some matches, and she put herself in places. And there is a thing where her and Shayna have been beefing about her rise, and Shayna has been very vocal about the fact that she is not happy about Zoe's rise.
You know that means, yep.
So I feel like her winning the Money in the Bank, and then all of a sudden her rivalry is less with Bailey or whoever, or Rhea or Liv, is more with Shayna first, and then where it shakes off between Rhea and Liv. Or Bailey and whoever. So I'm like I said, I'm going for the dark horse of Zoe Stark.
Plus, you got to think also, like, where does Sonya Deville lie in this whole thing since
exactly.
she's come back?
Because Sonya's been egging shit on too.
Yeah. So.
Oh, hey Phil, if she does win, I'll take a shot of whiskey for your ass right here. Courtesy of Catalina.
Let's be honest. let's be honest, you're gonna take a shot of whiskey anyway.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take one for you.
But I appreciate the thought.
I love you, man. I miss you guys. You see, this was good to
But
be.
no, honestly, truth be told, in this group, and I agree with you, Isla is.
It's too obvious.
I don't like. No, I won't even say obvious. I just feel, and I won't say we don't use the word deserve. I just don't feel like
too soon.
She puts asses in seats.
I don't think. Well,
she can put NXT.
I think she does. She
puts NXT asses in seats. She ain't putting main event. Yeah,
it's too soon. Like we've kind of been getting that vibe. Like they're jumping the gun on her a little bit too much.
I don't know, man. Her match with Nia was pretty goddamn amazing.
Yeah, it was.
So, and she held her own in that fairly well. So, I'm not saying she's not main event material. I'm just saying I don't know her against Rhea or her against Liv would actually have the same impact as, say, Zoe, or at the very least Zoe, because we've already seen Zoe versus Rhea. So
I mean, her and Liv basically would have history.
Yeah,
because Liv took out because Liv technically took out Becky Lynch. So,
so I guess that's the only real thing. Like honestly, Naomi's also a wild card because, truth be told, she's about due. And you said it yourself, she's a TNA world champion. She's been a WWE champion before. So her with the belts, I mean, her with the belts will also be good. So, but I'm still putting my money. I'm gonna go for the long shot and go with Zoe Starks, even though I know that the possibility of her winning is very low.
Oh, it'll be awesome though to see her win, though.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Zoe Stark,
and
I would like to see her get something. But
oh man, she's
been on a legitimately good run. Like it's been slow, but it's been every match she's had has been impactful. Like every moment she has been impactful.
I know. Fuck, man, it's a tough one. It's really tough, honestly. Like fuck. That's what I think. The women's one is the hardest one for me, in my opinion. I think the women is the hardest one.
I have a feeling this one's gonna leave us shocked tomorrow.
Probably.
I swear. If fucking Chelsea Green wins this shit,
truth be told, I would
mark out right on stream with you.
Yeah, I would. I would not be unhappy if Chelsea Green win. Because truth be told, I'm not going to say, because like you said, she is a very good wrestler, but this Chelsea Green person gimmick she's been doing has been probably the most entertaining, because in my head, I have booked her against Toni Storm several times.
Oh my God, I love it.
Like, honestly, seeing her and Toni Storm go at it would make me, even if it's just a one-off, like that Forbidden Door match would make me happy.
A timeless Toni Storm versus this Chelsea Green, yes.
Oh,
the interactions would be so entertaining.
We're gonna get dropped, and Shep's right. We are gonna get a jaw dropping tomorrow because we don't even know what the fuck's gonna happen. So that's one thing. Now, the biggest question before we're almost there, but man, no, I'm putting. Yeah, I'm saving the other one as main event. It should be the main event. But this right here, gentlemen, 6-man tag team match has already been announced. The Bloodline, which we already know that Jacob Fatu won't be there. But we already know there's going to be Tangaloa, Tamatonga, and of course, Solo.
Fun fact, it's actually Jacob's going to be there.
Okay. So
they basically announced it when they put the card up earlier on the show, because I had it on in the background. They showed that it's going to be Tama, Solo, and Jacob Fatu.
Interesting. This is going to be interesting. So, man, who do we got on this one? Champ? I'll take it to you, Champ.
So, I'm going Bloodline here. I think the Bloodline gets the win here because first off, it's not going to hurt Cody to take a loss right now. Clearly, more than likely, Kevin Owens will probably eat the pin here because that way it'll kind of slightly protect Cody. And I don't see Randy eating the pin as much as it'd be nice to see Randy eat the pin because seeing a Bloodline member pin Randy Orton is a big freaking deal. But like, I feel like you tease the fact that you're going to get Solo and Cody. If you want to make that legit, you have to have the Bloodline win here. Like, there is no other way. Like, that tells you, like, if you have the match and they lose this match, if you end up having it, it's like, well, what the hell? What did Solo do to earn a championship match? He didn't beat the champion or nothing. He just basically got a title match because, like, he has to win this match. And honestly, I see that happening because if we're getting Cody and Solo, you got to give it some way to get to that point first off. And this is how you get to it. So I'm going Bloodline here.
Okay. That absolutely makes sense. Ooh, Mr. Attorney at Law, what do you got? He's a double for He's a hesitant. He's like, fuck.
So this is a Bloodline win right now, in my opinion. They're on a good roll, and if you're building up Solo for a match against Cody at some point, truth be told, them losing this would not be great. Shout out to Kevin Owens. I heard his mom was in the hospital, so hopefully she's getting better.
Shout out.
Truth be told, this is going to highlight, because I don't think, if it's me booking it, I'm just going to leave it with just Fatu and Tama Tongaloa.
And have Solo sit there like fucking.
And have Solo sit there, exactly. Because truth be told, this is a highlight. This is a highlight for them, and also a big highlight for Jacob Fatu. Because I actually want to see them go. Because at this point, we've seen a little bit of them, but seeing them in a true 6-man tag with Solo overseeing his boys go to work is something I'd like to see, and I'd like it to be the Bloodline to win, because we've already established it's going to be a long storyline. So a win right here kind of derails the Bloodline storyline, especially since, for me, it would feel anticlimactic, like after they kill Paul Heyman, to lose this match.
Exactly.
Like, basically, he just got coronated as a tribal king, a tribal chief, and all of a sudden their first outing as the official Solo Sikoa Bloodline is they lose.
Okay.
But I don't know. It could be like that loss could lead to something big for SummerSlam. But right now my vote is that Bloodline wins and the 6-man tag and Cody and the rest of them get the shit kicked out of them. And I think
it makes sense.
I think this should be a really good highlight reel for Jacob Fatu as well.
Oh my god! Well, yeah, you're right, because imagine he gets a pin. But the question is, who does he pin? Randy Orton or Kevin Owens? I don't see Cody being pinned. I just see like either Randy or Kevin Owens get pinned.
It'll probably be Randy. Because
KO, honestly.
Well, it should be KO, but honestly, I think Randy getting pinned is the more impactful move. KO is the one who's supposed to get pinned, because in this group, he's the quote unquote, on the hierarchy, he's the lowest one. Having him pin a legend, whoever pins the legend, is huge.
I think Jacob Fatu, because then that will put him over. I wouldn't mind seeing a Fatu and Randy Orton match. Oh my god! Like
I said, a Fatu. I don't know who's gonna get the pin. I know Randy takes the L, but I don't know which one of the boys gets the extra pin. Could be Jacob Fatu, but I kind of feel like it'd be Tama.
Maybe you're right. Maybe Tama deserves to get that pin. So I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. I'm with you guys too. I think the Bloodline's gonna win this one. I just don't know. I felt like maybe Fatu or Tama will get the pin, but I wouldn't mind seeing that. Or even Tongaloa. I don't mind seeing Tama getting the pin. He deserves to have one. He just got there. So I mean, like, might as well. And I hope if it does happen here, then we'll know what we're gonna get to. If Hikuleo shows up and really helps the bloodline here, then we're gonna be like, okay, then we know for sure the Shao Kahn in this era is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Then we'll probably see a week after or two, The Rock comes out and celebrated. But you know what? I made all these calls. I had to do all of this. The tribal chief didn't do anything. I am the final boss here who calls the shots. He is our tribal chief here for SmackDown and blah, blah. And then we'll get it from there. The story develops heading to SummerSlam, Survivor Series, or WrestleMania.
Gotta say, I love that comparison. The Rock is Shao Kahn. That is fucking awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know.
So good.
I love Mortal Kombat. That's why I'm like, oh, I have to think about Mortal Kombat. Yes, I'm a nerd. I don't give a damn. But I'm a nerd, a sports guy. I'm everything overall, folks. And I'm almost the same age as Pepsi Phil. But yes.
There you go. To whoever makes another Mortal Kombat movie in the future, make The Rock Shao Kahn. There you go.
You know what? They are making another Mortal Kombat movie, I heard. So that's from your window. So I'm hoping they do. Main event time. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We got All Rise for the Judgment Day. That is Damian Priest, the real Papi Chulo right here, who is the heavyweight champion. That's right. Defending against Seth freaking Rollins. I'm going to say this right quick. I want Damian, and my heart wants Damian to retain, but something tells me that fucking Finn Balor and Liv Morgan is going to cause, and Dominic are going to distract and cause Damian to lose the belt here. Either we get a turn here from Finn or from Dom. One of those guys is going to turn on fucking Damian Priest. Looks like it might be Finn Balor after what we saw on Raw. And maybe we see Rhea Ripley come out of nowhere. What the fuck? Even though she's not cleared yet because she's just, for God's sake, she's on her honeymoon. Let her enjoy herself with Buddy Murphy, you lucky piece of shit. That's what I gotta say. But I cheers you. You married a good woman. You married a good mommy. But that's what I feel might happen. I don't know. I want Damian to retain. I don't think Rollins, it's too obvious that Rollins to win this shit. For me. I may be wrong. Maybe you guys could correct me if I'm wrong on it, but I say my heart, Damian, but my mind tells me Seth might win this shit. I don't know. I'll take it to you, Pepsi Phil. Break it down.
I got Damian Priest winning this one. I love Seth, but honestly, one, man doesn't need a championship. Two, this is Damian's time, and if he's going to lose it to anyone, I think it's either going to be Drew or Gunther. Yeah, in my head, I think Damian retains.
In my head.
Now, the question remains is, there is a question in my head, like whether or not Liv.
Sorry, we're doing karaoke. Which I want you to thrive, Pips, but we want you to wake up and be like, yeah.
I guess my question is does Liv help Damian win?
That is a good one there too, brother.
Because right now, the only person who has not fell under Liv's sway is Damian Priest.
You're right about that. This is really
so either
nice
Damian,
touch, her way to like kind of convince him like you can trust me, like I like it.
But yeah, but so long story short, it's still going to be Damian and over Seth. Because I think for me, this is one of those, if you want to solidify Damian's run, he has to beat Seth.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Champion, take it away.
So from the start, I've been saying I have a feeling it's going to be Seth winning this because bigger SummerSlam match equals Seth Rollins and Gunther. But honestly, I think I've convinced myself and changed it here. I do think Priest retains here. Like the fact that the stipulation is if Seth loses, he can't challenge for the world title as long as Priest is world champion. Think about it this way. if Gunther is facing Priest at SummerSlam, and we've been at this freaking basically saying that we're all on the boat here that Gunther's winning the world title at SummerSlam, Seth doesn't have that long of a wait. Really. It's literally after SummerSlam, he'd be good to go. He can challenge for the world title again whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with Phil. Like, I think Priest needs to beat Seth because literally we just saw Swerve beat Ospreay to basically use that as his, solidifying his world title run. Well, this is your way to solidify Priest's. Like, it started with beating Drew, but if you want to get like the real solidification there, you basically have him beat Seth.
Mm-hmm.
It's big for him. Like, clearly we don't think he's going to beat Gunther because we know Gunther's just the absolute freaking machine that he is. But like, I feel like you give it to Priest here to help not only solidify his title run, but again, you don't have to worry about the stipulation because it's not going to last long. So I'm going Priest retaining here.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited for tomorrow, actually. Damn, I can't believe I'm excited for a fucking PLD event. But I'm excited. I am excited. But one more, and then we'll be out of here, folks. All right?
Wonderful.
We got another one. Yes. We're getting it out of the way, folks. See, this is what happens when you do once a week type of show because we don't do it every day.
Heat wave.
Heat wave. It is hot, by the way. And Pepsi Phil, you are hot. All right, you're gorgeous. I just wanted to tell you that. Okay, don't feel like you're not gorgeous. You're gorgeous. You're a sexy beast. All right, that's what you're attorney at law for that reason. All right, so don't ever.
Money's on the way. Call Pepsi Phil today.
And you see, we have the heat waving on the side to side. You see. Pepsi Phil, you have a heat right there. You see Justin got one right there. I got one there too. There you go.
I'll be honest with you. I have not followed NXT enough to be able to make my calls on this one.
Well, because we have right here the champ right here is going to give us up to date what's going on. But I can tell you what I know by far myself. But I know that there was a situation here that it was going to be like a 2-on-1 type of thing, but they decided to team up. Here that happened this past Tuesday, and that is, of course, Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace versus JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. This is a countdown that's going to open the show before the actual event happened. So, I mean, I'm going to let the Redeemer, the champ here, to break it down for us here, how this story turned out to be in this tag team matchup, because Ava called it here, made it a tag match on Tuesday to make this a countdown. So, but champ, tell us how the story happened and who do you got winning here in this one?
So basically, this whole thing is really only existing because of the whole interaction that we had between Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace backstage on Tuesday. Ariana's like, oh, if we're going to be in Toronto and I'm not going to be on the show. And Carmen talked about how like she was how she's from Toronto and everything like that. And JC and Jasmine have basically just been going around tormenting everybody, which, can I just say this? The fact that they did the whole thing with Cody giving her the mask and she just wears it over top of the mask she's already wearing is absolutely stupid.
Why?
It looks so dumb. She's wearing our one already, and then she's like, I got Cody's, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to wear that one over the top of the one that I have. Like, no, it looks dumb. Like, honestly, this was just one of those last spurt little like matches they threw on the card. And honestly, I think Ariana and Carmen get the win here. Like,
I see Ariana get the pin here, but that's what I see.
I see they've been kind of like here and there with JC and Jasmine, but like I can't see the two hometown girls like losing, really.
I'm with you.
I think this is their kind of like, they haven't really had their moments yet. JC, we've known, has had hers with Toxic Attraction. Jasmine's getting hers by hanging around with JC. So Carmen and Ariana really don't get moments once in a while. So give them both this one here in Canada.
There we go. All right, attorney at law. So you heard the story. So now who do you got in this one?
I got nothing.
I've got nothing.
I have not followed this storyline enough to go pick who won. At this point, it's an NXT match. I'm gonna just be glad when it happens.
Honestly, there really is no story here. It's just a match.
Like honestly, like I said, because I haven't followed it enough, I can't give you anything to work on this one. But yeah, I got nothing. I mean,
All right.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Fair.
All right, but what about this one here? Because we have, which just shocked me, Chase U pinned Tyler Bateman to get the number one contendership here for the tag team.
But this one I can actually say, since I have like followed this a little bit on social media.
Yes, I want to hear you.
I actually have Chase U winning this one.
What?
Yeah. What? Chase U has been on a really good run.
Chase U.
They've been on a really good run, and they have been, like I said, they've been entertaining as fuck. And honestly, as much as I love the other guys, not exactly the most exciting tag championship runs. Not exactly the most exciting.
Well, could we give them credit? At least they had the last time that Justin and I did watch along for Battleground. They had a good matchup against OG.
No, they had a great match. They just haven't had any rivalries since they won the belts that were notewortzy. They've had good matches. They have great matches, but they just haven't had any like back in the day. Think about it. When you say DIY and you think about like say FTR, like that's what I'm thinking about. Like these guys have not had their FTR or DIY guys that I go against.
Now, let me add this. So no, go ahead. I'll add it after.
I think the biggest challenge they had was against the club, the OC.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You're right about that.
And they let that one go to the wayside because honestly, that should have been at least the best of 3 series, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because remember they beat them for the tag titles, and that was a great match between them. Like we actually got to see them go. But I guess honestly, aside from like some pretty nice vignettes in the back, I haven't seen anything with these guys that impress me.
You're right about that. Well, what about this? To add on this film, what about we do get? Look what happened on TNA last week. Who invaded TNA? I know Justin's not happy because I heard him on Outrage Zone. He is not
Charlie
happy.
Dempsey?
Yes, he is not happy that he went over the Rascals' interference of their matchup. Well, yeah, and he was not. I heard Justin. I heard him. And he digressed about it. He's like, I'm still not sold. I feel like this is bullshit. And I know it is, Justin. I know. I hear you, champ. But what about we get the Rascals making the return here and fucking cause this tag team matchup and be like, you know what? Cause chaos. Karma's a bitch. Type of shit. You don't know that. I mean, I'm just saying. We don't know. I may be talking out of my ass here, but I'm just saying, like, why not? Because then you'll get me invested on these tag team divisions for both. For both fucking TNA and for NXT. Because I get both Phil's point of view. The tag team division has not been by far how it was back in the days here in this one. I still wouldn't mind Chase U winning it, but I wouldn't mind seeing fucking the Rascals showed up and caused chaos. But that's just me saying. I mean, I don't know. You correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I may be talking out of my ass here, champ. But who do you got in this one? This one, I'm curious to hear. Who do you got in this one?
So I'm with Phil. I think Chase U wins this, to be honest with you. Like, I think right now, between the little bit of dissension that's been going on with Axiom and Frazier about how like Frazier's going around and saying like doing all this stuff, and Axiom's like, you're not paying attention to our tag teams, like to our tag team title run. That's going to come into play. And yeah, we saw the whole thing where Chase U gave Andre Chase the envelope of the pictures of Ridge helping them cheat. And basically they barred Ridge Holland from ringside. But honestly, I could see them winning with dirty tactics here. Again, I see them doing it themselves. I think it's the whole thing is just basically to kind of get Chase U to come off as this like really sketchy university thing where it's just they start winning with dirty tactics again, which honestly, I think it could work for them. And as much as, yeah, I agree that the tag team title run for Frazier and Axiom, I wanted to see it so bad. Now that they got it, it's really not delivered that much.
Mm-hmm.
I could just see those two moving on to their own thing while Chase U goes and does the tag team thing. Like I'd see them beating them with dirty tactics. Like eventually they're going to be like, listen, we get it. We saw Ridge help us, and we just realized we need to do this. We want those tag team titles for the university. We got to do whatever we can to get them. And if that means, following down the path that Ridge went, we're going to do it. So I'm going new champions here.
I love it because not only that, I mean, I remember the promo that Thea Hall did. Shut the fuck up. Like,
hey shut the fuck up.
I swear that shit got me laughing when I saw it. I'm like, oh my God, Thea Hall went fucking fuck.
She killed me with that. Just fucking everybody shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe Thea Hall be the one causing it here for the cheat mode and having Chase U winning. Which you're right. You both are guys right, because maybe Chase U could really take this division something and for a university. And not only that, but remember what Thea Hall said in the promo. You put the university on the line, like you gambled it. And we won. You like she literally went off like, oh my God, I can see that happening here, the same thing. And I feel like, yeah, you're right. Chase, you could really take this division somewhere, Why not? Finally, we finally get to see, Andre Chase and Duke have a fucking tag team championship here to go run with. But I'm so with you guys. The next matchup that I want to talk about that I'm really excited for was really, as much people may not be, I'm excited. Kalani Jordan has been impressing me. This girl has really developed in ring, and her promos has really got to me like, oh man, this woman is fucking good. And now Sol Ruca, I know when we gave our predictions of who's going to be we all went wrong. We never expected Kalani, but hey, you know what? Congratulations for her. She's doing a great job. I'm not hating on her. That match she had, it just everything what she's been doing. It just this is Sol Ruca. I think I may jump the gun here, but I feel this could be the match of the night. I love Sol Ruca too. She is great. These two women are gonna put a show, and as much as I would love for Sol Ruca to win it, but I see Kalani retaining. Kalani has been already. She's getting there, man. I think I give her another year for her to be ready for the main roster. I think this woman has the potential. She has the in-ring and the charisma. That her mic skills, as much people may say, no, she got it. You got to give her story, she'll give it to you. And that's what I see here with her and Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca, of course, I know people, I may be wrong, but I know people compare her to the RVD. She does kind of remind me of RVD. She's like, hey, Mello, shout out, dude. But she's shit. But that woman can wrestle, man. These two women, I am so glad that they made a mid-card title, and I'm glad that these women are getting their fucking momentum. So I'm excited for this matchup. But I'm going to choose Kalani here, retaining. It's going to be a good match. I'll tell you that. It's going to be a close one. But I still feel that Kalani will win here somehow, some way. So I don't know if you feel the same, Redeemer. Do you feel she retains, or do you have Sol Ruca being the new North Women American champion?
No, I'm with you here. I think Kalani's retaining here because it just feels too soon. Like it would honestly just make it pointless as to why you put the title on her in the first place if you were just going to take it off her right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Like it really would make no sense. It's not like Kalani hasn't really been showing out, because she has. We know Sol Ruca has, but even Kalani's been doing it herself, which is good. Like she hasn't really gotten a chance yet to really make much of this championship. And I get she's trying to bring the prestige to the title, some kind of prestige to the title, basically. But she's not going to get it if you take it away from her already. Let her have a little bit of a run with it. Yes, eventually, maybe then Sol will win the title, but now is not the time. You let Kalani have a run. Kalani retains here.
Absolutely. Pepsi Phil, are you sold with Kalani, or are you sold with Ruca? What are you sold for, brother?
I'm going with Kalani on this one. I like her. I think she's been carrying the championship well. I think Sol Ruca feels a little raw for me. As great as she is, she still feels a little bit raw. I mean, obviously it's developmental, so she should be able to. But as great as she is, great as she has been, she's great in the ring. I haven't felt the promo from her yet.
That's probably the only thing that she's missing, right? It's just only the promo style. Like,
exactly.
She hasn't really even cut any promos, really.
That's the problem. Until I see one, I can't decide. I can't pick her.
Could we say that she reminds you of RBD though, a little bit?
No.
So does Kalani though, because Kalani literally redid the whole thing of RVD on the chairs. So
I mean, no, she's great. Truth be told, she honestly is more like she's. I mean, she reminds me of Lita.
Ooh, I like that.
She reminds me of Lita. Not so
it's
much
a fair
the same
comparison.
Not so much the same punk mode, but like the same athleticism and the same out of nowhere kind of moves. That's what she reminds me of. And like I said,
Soul Snatcher. Oh my God, what a finisher!
So,
that is a badass finisher.
But the problem is, I have not seen a promo that says she can carry a championship yet. Kalani has.
Yep, that's a very good point. You're bad about
now,
that.
I'm not saying I don't like. You know what? She probably has great promo skills. She just hasn't had a chance to highlight it. But you would think in this rivalry they'd have her do at least 1 or 2 promos before Heatwave.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe social media wise, if she's able to do it like on Twitter, right? Like do it like some type of style.
No. Fuck social media. She's a WWE.
Well, no, I get you, but it's already too late for that. Like for Soul, I'm saying
exactly.
But I get
that's
that.
my problem.
All they did this week was just basically like hype packages for the two of them, and that was it.
Exactly. Like at some point, like literally, this match was announced 2 weeks ago. You're telling me in 2 weeks they couldn't give her 3 minutes?
No, you're right about that.
So, like I said, either she's still working on her promo skills, or she's like I said, she's still too raw. And like you said, her promo skills need work. I mean, but the thing is, it's like she's new. Right? She's not new, but she's been going. She just got back less than probably 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months.
Yeah,
what happened? Did she tore her ACL or MCL? I forgot.
Yeah, she tore her ACL.
It's ACL, and this would be her second PLE after coming back the first time. The first one she had a bang of a match, the ladder match itself, and in this one she has this match. So as far as I'm concerned, this is still a step up for her. She just doesn't, like I said, she just doesn't have the promo skills ready for it yet. Like I said, it's the same issue. It's the same issue I had with Gigi Dolan and JC. They were really great fighters. They were terrible on the mic. Just because they were in a faction where Mandy did all the talking.
Yeah, it's fair.
It is fair. No, you're right. You're right. Now, this is the one that I'm curious to hear you guys, because I think this story has kind of excelled to the point that it's getting, in a way, I am losing intrigue, and I hate to do that because I like Obafemi. I'll tell you, when we talked about Obafemi the first time, I was not really invested in it. I need to see more. But now that what we saw, like even on the takeover, Stand and Deliver, he impressed me, and I'm impressed with this man. I just don't like the story where the fuck they're going with this shit, because you just like, okay, I just don't fucking get it. It's like, okay, you have this guy pinned this guy, and this guy. Like, okay, what the fuck's going on here? You know, like I love Wesley. He's I'm not his credentials are there. I wish they could have done this story better. I just don't feel, my opinion, I know everybody can have their own, but for me, it just didn't really live up to the hype for me to be like, hell yeah, I want Wesley to fucking regain. You know, he had her vacated because he was injured, he was out, and it just didn't. When he came back, it just, you added Josh Briggs to it, and it was just like, okay, what the fuck? And then you had Briggs pin him, and then you had Wesley pin him, and then this is where I'm fucking lost here. Or even when Dijak was around, you know, shout out to Mike De Niro who had him on the show, and Ray Raymond for RTC as well from the Knucklehead Network. They had him there too, but it's just that I'm not much invested. I do want Wesley to win though. but I don't see it happening here. I think Obafemi is going to continue to reign. And remember, Moose called him out on fucking social media. Give me fucking Moose and Obafemi. Ooh,
Good God.
oh my God, that'd be a banger match if that happens. I would be shocked, fams, if he shows up here and fucking shows up on Heat Wave and fucking be eye to eye with Obafemi after he wins and title and like, oh yeah, what's up? Oh my God, I'll go fucking ape shit. I hope it does happen. Moose and Obafemi, fucking, I'm sold. I'll give you my money. Here's my money. Fuck yeah. I would love to see that. But I don't know, champ. I mean, you could give us breaking more down of the story, man. I really don't. I mean, I don't know if you agree or disagree with me, but help us out here. Like, what is it investing or has not been invested for you in this title matchup between these two?
I'm kind of with you there, to be honest with you. Like, it feels so strange.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm into it because I know these two are gonna have a friggin' banger match, but it's like the story's been weird. It hasn't really been there. It's just Wes got a bunch of wins, and then he came back and goes, "Listen, I just want the title that I was the longest reigning, North American champion, and I want it back." Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's not that much of a convincing story for people. Like, they love Wes and they love Oba, and they want to see like what's going to happen here, but it's like he didn't really invest a lot of people story wise, because even then, like I don't know, it's really tough to explain here, because you're right, there really has not really been much of a story here. It's just Wes came back, won a bunch of matches, there you go, that's it. There's nothing like that said like Oba took him out or nothing else like that. It's just Wes was going to going for the title at one point. He had to basically pull out because of his freaking back injury that was really affecting his legs, and that was the gist of it. And then he came back, won a bunch of matches, and he got a title match. Like, it's really it for him. And it's just, I don't know. Like, now they got the stipulation of, Wes can't challenge for the title as long as Oba's there. Again, I love how both these shows this weekend has a match that has the if you don't win, you can't challenge for the title as long as I'm champion thing. Part of me like feels like Oba's gonna retain here, but like for the most part, I don't see it happening. I think Wes is gonna end up winning the title here, and I think we're gonna get an appearance by his boys. I think the Rascals are showing up here to help him win the title, to be honest with you.
Ooh,
like, even if that means Wes going heel because his boys are heel, I could see them showing up and helping Oba do it, because that would give Oba an opportunity, a reason to go over to TNA to confront Moose. He would have to go over there to basically, if he wants to get revenge on Trey and Wentz for helping Wes win the title, he can go over there and beat the shit out of them, and that would give him the reason to have the face-to-face with Moose, which would ensue that matchup, which, good God, I don't think the world's ready for that. So, in the end here, I think Wes is going to end up winning the title here. Just not the way we think it's going to happen.
I like that. I can't. Oh, man. I like that. I love that.
Telling you, a Rascals appearance is going to be something crazy. Like, it's going to start being, like, again, I'm still iffy with the whole partnership here of TNA and NXT, but like, it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal to have them show up.
But can we say at least Dempsey did a good job showing up? Like, he caused me out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck, Dempsey? Why? And then seeing like the aftermath, seeing the Rascals coming out talking shit, like after the promo, and I'm like, all right. I mean, you're right. And maybe we could see the Rascals here turn Wes Lee into that. I mean, man, that's it. Actually, now you got me invested to fucking see what's gonna happen on this one. Fuck, man. Attorney at law, I'm taking a shot for you because I love you and I miss you.
I got Obafemi losing because I need him to clear the way for him to get the NXT championship. Like him being a double champ is possible, but I think he needs to lose to Wesley. And because him losing that belt means he can go after the world championship for NXT. It's pretty much as simple as that. I do not care about the Moose thing.
Why?
Really?
Why?
Why?
What the?
You're not intrigued to see Oba and Moose?
Wait,
No.
wait a minute. Why?
What?
Because honestly, Moose does not impress me that much. Oba is a much better wrestler. Oba would carry that match. If right now Moose is a distraction.
Where's the what the fuck clip?
I'm looking for it right now because Dom.
I mean, you can.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
You say whatever you want, but here's the thing, though.
No, hey, you have your words out, and we appreciate.
Yeah, like I said, honestly, Moose. Like I said, Moose is okay. I don't think I'd have fun with the match because honestly, it doesn't. Obafemi is way more dynamic, and I think he'd do much better against Trick as a match than Moose. Moose is just honestly, it's just more of a visual. The two of them in the same ring together. That's about it. No one talks about wrestling ability because Oba definitely has all the great wrestling ability. Moose has yet to impress me. Like, yeah,
well, wait a minute. So you telling me that so Moose has not impressed you as of late? What he's been doing?
No, I mean he's done. So he's had some. I will say he has had some good matches, but I don't think he can have the match that Obafemi would need to get over.
Like, say that the system stuff isn't working for you.
No.
Wow.
No, it's not. Like honestly, it's not. I mean, as good as as interesting as that is, I just don't see that working well in this one. I mean, I think Obafemi going for the NXT championship is way more impactful than going against Moose. Why? Because the two massive dudes that's fighting each other. We done seen what happens when that happens. It's very rare that we get the match we want. And honestly, because one of them will be a little bit lax, and it ain't gonna be Obafemi.
Oh, man, that is wow. That's the bait of the beak right there.
I mean, it just like I said. Do not get me wrong. Moose is not a bad wrestler. It's just I am odd. You know how you don't get excited with Britt Baker and her wrestling? That's how I feel about Moose.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
You know what? It is fair. So I you know what I
exactly. Like I kind of understand that because like I felt the same way originally when I first saw Moose. I was like, oh, I kind of get the appeal of him, but I don't at the same time.
Yeah.
But now I get it. Like it's just goes in there. He's, I think that when he had the TNA world title when they were still Impact. And he was walking around with that and then made it like legit. I think that was like really the thing that helped him a lot. Big time.
I am with you guys. And the only thing that because I met him personally when he was PCW Ultra. He's a very, very intelligent man. He's very humble, very, very great guy. I think what really has us that way is really his charisma. I think the charisma is really where he lacks up. That's why sometimes I feel like he needs a second voice to do he needs a wise man. He can be he's great in the ring. He's great doing what he can. This match that he had with Matt Hardy recently was great. The match that he had with Kenny Omega during the pandemic was great. The matches that he had prior to that was, after that, been great. It's just that his mic skills is never been intimidating for us to be like, even right now, currently with the system, he looks like a goofy Godfather. If you get what I mean, like it just doesn't sell me. And I if you're watching, Moose, I'm sorry, but I'm giving you my opinion. Is it true? What I feel about it? It's just that you need a second voice. Like you need someone to speak for you. You and the mic skills are still not up to the par for me to be invested to be a C as a world champ. I mean, that's just me. But I'm with you what you're saying, though, Pensacola. Like, in-ring, I think it's even out, but I still feel like maybe Obafemi will win that matchup. Hell yeah, I'll put Obafemi over Moose. That makes say it, but it's true. But man, I can't wait. Now you got me invested on this one for sure. But this is the one I'm invested because that fucking promo that she busted on Tuesday.
Good.
God. Lola Vice sold the shit out of me on that fucking promo. Crying, like, yeah, you did. And then knocking out the security guard, and it's really like,
so real.
Oh my God! Wait till I knock you out. You don't know the world you get into. That's what you guys saw the video promo that I posted. It's for that reason. It's like, fuck that shit, guy. It actually got me netty mania. I'm sorry, but it did. You have a former MMA fighter who is transitioned professional wrestling at her age at 43 years old. She doesn't look 43. She looks like she's 37. But
she's
man, that
43? No way.
She doesn't look like that.
Respectfully, she is gorgeous.
Yes, she is. Respectfully, folks. Yeah. Now that Mania running wild, that's all I can say. But I'm not gonna go too far because then I'm gonna get in trouble. But this matchup between her and Roxanne, I'm excited for it. And I think this match would actually put over Roxanne. Let's say Roxanne retains, which I feel like she is going to retain. But it's going to put I feel honestly, this match is not going to affect none of these two women. It's going to put them both over. Heel-wise, Roxanne, excuse me, and in between face or heel, Lola. It's going to put her over. This is like it reminds me like a UFC type of style matchup here that I'm going to be seeing. I'm excited for it because I feel that Roxanne's going to struggle within the first 10 minutes of this matchup and to see, how's this going to turn out to be. And then unless Roxanne gets help, I don't know, but we're going to have to wait and see. Unless Shayna Baszler trying to get her revenge, gets involved in this one and cause Lola Vice to lose, we don't know. So because remember, she lost the battleground. Remember, we're watching it, Justin. Shayna Baszler lost the battleground. So we might see Shayna Baszler try to get involved in this one. But hopefully not. I want this to be a clean match for Roxanne to get over. And I think this is the one that I'm really going to be like, oh, shit. But this story, how it developed towards that, has been awesome. How she blocked the broken armbar for Roxanne and started from there. Dropping her ass, doing the same thing. And then doing the story that happened on Tuesday on NXT, that fucking promo. Knocking the security guard. Really telling you're stepping in my world, bitch. Like, yeah, she got me netty right here. I'm invested. I'm really invested. I'm with you, Justin, when you've been saying it for a while. You don't want Roxanne to the main roster. She deserves to stay here for a while because this is the only thing that really has us fans and people that are listening and watching to be like, hell yeah, she's getting booked that she deserves to have. And this is a match that I'm really excited. I'm excited for Lola Vice because it'll help her in her career. But yes. I see Roxanne winning here. Unfortunately, I'm saying it in a good way, folks. I'm not saying it in a bad way, but it's gonna be a fucking banger match. I hope so. I hope this could be. I don't know. I want the women to steal the show, but let's just see. I don't know if you feel the same, champ, but I really feel Roxanne will win somehow, some way. But it's gonna be a great storytelling in the ring.
Okay, so I'm going Lola here.
Ooh!
I'm saying it. I'm going to go with it. I'm taking the shot here.
All right, hold on. I'm taking a shot for you. Hold on.
I am calling Lola to win this match here. After that promo on Tuesday, how in the fuck do you not give her the title? And I'm not saying that like Roxanne is god awful and all this other shit like that, because Roxanne is fucking incredible. But honestly, the way they've handled Lola by having her beat Shayna and the way she knocked out Roxanne and knocked out the security guard and the way she cut that freaking promo on Tuesday, where she was just basically how she's like, I haven't got to tell my story yet. So I'm going to tell you it face like straight up. Like I was about to like, I joined being a fighter at a young age, like my mom basically had me during like her like stuff like when she was like doing all her fighting and stuff like that. And like how she got sick and she joined MMA to take care of the family. It was it was such an incredible promo, just how she did it, and the way just everything went around to like Roxanne going up to her and just basically telling her like, "You're in my world right now. This isn't Bellator." And just having Roxanne, or having Lola knock out that security guard and just being like, telling her like, I love the whole thing of her telling her like, "You gave me your best shot and I smiled. I gave you my best shot and you woke up without that championship." Like, my God, freaking epic. Like, when she finished and wrapped it up with the whole like, "We may be in your world, but when I'm done with you on Sunday, you're not going to know what world you're in." I'm fucking sold. Lola Vice needs to win this championship. Honestly, I think Roxanne is beyond needing to stay in NXT anymore. She's fantastic. She's done enough. This is the chance to put over somebody new. Again, how do you pass up that opportunity after that promo on Tuesday? Put the title on her and then get ready to put Roxanne on the main roster. That is really it right there. So I'm going Lola here.
Oh my God. I heard you. Oh my God. You sold me on that one, man. You fuck. It's just the way how you broke it down.
I'm sold on it. That promo on Tuesday sold me. And it got me behind Lola and told me straight up, if Lola doesn't win this, how the fuck did you pass up on it at this point?
It's really tough though, man, because I'm not saying that she's not ready for it. It's just, for me, it's just that I know you're gonna shit me on this. I still feel that she needs a mid-card title in order to get to that main title. I think she needs something. I just need her to redeem herself and go back to that main title. But it's tough for her. I'm not saying that she's not ready. Even when
she cashed in that breakout contract in the middle of a Roxanne match and didn't win. Now she's at the opportunity to go back to that same exact position, except this time it's just Roxanne. It's just Roxanne. And now you have the chance to put Lola on the Shayna Baszler trajectory when she was in NXT.
Oh, fuck. You got a good point there.
It's big. Shit. I'm telling you, if they pass up on this opportunity right here and they don't give Lola that title, then Shawn Michaels, oh boy. It's going to be a good thing he's got me blocked, because I would go on a rant.
Oh my God. I'm curious of your Pepsi Phil. What do you got?
I'm going Roxanne on this one.
What? That quick? You don't even fucking. Did you hear the story?
Wow.
Like, what the fuck?
I again told you, man, I ain't been watching these shows, so I got to go with the old fan. I've been following Roxanne day one. Like the first time she won a championship, first time she left, first time when she was rolling with Reality of Wrestling. So I'm gonna stick with Roxanne on this one. Lola's great, but honestly, like I said, I'm sticking with Roxanne on this one. I mean, yeah, I can see the comparison, but truth be told, I don't see her getting the belt. At least not with the North American title now available for her.
That's what I mean. Like like it's just that I feel that she would redeem herself winning that, and then going after it. Like, I want her, because I mean, I may be wrong here. I think they're really saving for Julia. I really feel like they're really saving Roxanne for Julia. I think they are by SummerSlam, because they're gonna have, I don't know what's the next NXT event. I think so. I think they're saving for Julia. I know I may be wrong. I don't know. We don't. But if Papa H did promise this woman before he signed her, I'll give you the belt. If you sign with us, then now we know why. I don't know. But it's a tough one. That's a tough decision.
I think Julia's the big wrench in all this. That's the thing, too.
Well, unless they have a three-way, you have Lola Vice and Julia and Roxanne. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I wouldn't have an issue with that either.
No, because that would be a big time put Lola right there in that situation. So it's like, oh, man, I can't wait. See, now this is what happened when you watch professional wrestling, folks. Main event time. Fatal 4-way for the NXT World Championship. Whoop that trick. Will be defending that championship versus Sean Spears. He's not 10. He is 20, I guess you could say. I don't know.
The chairman.
The chairman, I guess. He's still the chairman. Versus All Legal Ethan Page right here, baby. Which I'm glad he signed with WWE. He mentioned, I saw the interview that he had, and he really mentioned, he said, I'm somewhere where they're telling me how to succeed instead of me being in control of my own character, my own story. So that means something there, what he said. For him to say that is a bold statement because you know where I'm going with that shit. Because you know somebody over here is, oh yeah.
That's fucking bullshit.
You're bullshit. You're bullshit. When I said this weeks ago, you fucked up on these two men. They could have been your top heels in the next 5 years. You fucked it up. He at least admits he has people to help him to succeed, how to develop that character more. He said that on a fucking interview. And for Ethan Page to say that, thank you. Papa H. Shawn Michaels doing great. Keep him going. Keep this going for me, man. And you have Javon Evans, who has been hyped for the crowd. I like Javon Evans, but do I feel like he's ready for a title shot? No. I heard fucking piece of shit Brian Seltzer and piece of shit of Brian and Seltzer. Oh no, they should have made this a one-on-one between fucking Javon Evans and no. I don't want to bury the kid. Let him go for the fucking North American title later on. No. I'm glad for where he's at. He has potential. He has charisma. He has it all. I'm not discrediting him what he has. It's just that it's too soon for him to get to that point. I'd rather give him more build than anything. But you have these three men that, man, it's going to be hard for me. I love Trick Williams, but I'm going to get shitted on if I'm going to choose on this one. Give me Ethan fucking Page. I want him to win this belt. I want him to win this belt. I want him to go all over social media to say I am the NXT champion. I want him to tell the world to say, fuck you, Tony Khan. They made me a champion here. And I just want him to do it. I know Trick Williams ain't ready for the main roster yet. People are saying he is, but I don't think so yet. Give him time. We're almost done, PepsiVille. This is going to be the last one, all right? But yes, PepsiVille, I'll go to you. Do you guys?
And honestly, this group, Trick's not losing to any of them.
Like right away.
As much as I like all of them, truth be told, in the words of Bobby Heenan, they're at that ham and egger stage of their NXT development. They are way too young, way too new. And honestly, Trick Williams, that they bring nothing to the belt. Respectfully, they don't bring anything to the belt. So, and unfortunately, if Trick Williams is going to lose to anyone, it's got to be someone who would elevate the belt.
But you want Obafemi to win it.
Obafemi is the only one who could take that belt and raise it up, raise the profile up. Look at these other three guys and tell me which one of them do you see them at their current stage in NXT, not in the future, but right now, could take that belt to the next level and keep it at that level. I don't see any of them doing it. Do I think this will be a banger match? Yeah. Do I think Trick's going to win? Yeah. I mean, truth be told, if the only person in this group I could see even coming remotely close to taking it is probably Ethan Page. Because right now, his promos have been the least generic of the three.
Very true.
Like, he's the least generic of the three promo-wise. So, but other than that, yeah. No offense to Sean Spears. He's been in how many PLEs so far? I haven't seen anything. I literally tell the truth, and this is not me being mean. He has not stood out to me yet. He showed up one time, but he has yet to stand out. And let's face it, the young kid's too young. He's legitimately too young to
He's
do
19.
Exactly.
Javon Evans is 19. That's why I'm like,
honestly, I don't see Javon Evans like him losing this match does not hurt him at all. Just being in the match made him already a big name, a good name. It's a good start for him.
Yeah.
So if Trick's not retained, the only other person can get it is Ethan. Because Ethan had a great match the last PLE.
It was actually a great one between him and Trick. But Battleground was
So
Justin
it
and
was
I
a
did the
great
watch. It
match.
was awesome.
Yeah.
So like right now, that's the only one I see. No offense to the other guys, and I apologize to them because they're all good wrestlers, but for some reason, Ethan was the only one who stood. Ethan was the only one with the promo skills that stood out to me, who could probably raise that level up. But truth be told, if Ethan gets that belt, he's for damn sure losing to Obafemi. So I mean, he may have it for a while. Trick Williams, if he loses that belt, it's probably because he's heading up to the main roster.
Champ, what do you got?
So just recently, I had this talk with Dango before we went live the one time, and I told him, am I the only one who feels like this is their way to get the title off of Trick without having him take a loss? We both just kind of looked at each other and went, yeah. Because I do. I feel like this is the way to get the title off of Trick without him taking the pin. That's why this match is happening this way.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm in the same boat as you. I think Ethan Page is winning this title. I do. I think Ethan Page is going to win the title right now. Like, this doesn't have to have Trick eat the pin. It's set. It protects him there. Honestly, Javon Evans, I'm happy he's in this situation, but I don't see him winning this whatsoever, nor Sean Spears. The only thing I can say is this is your way to get the title off of Trick. Without him taking a loss, Ethan Page wins the title here.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh, if Ethan, I swear, I'm gonna go ape shit. I will. I'll go ape shit.
I'm gonna join you. I'm telling you. I want to see it happen. I'm not saying that I hate Trick's title run because I love it right now. But honestly, I feel like they want him on the main roster so much that this is your way. And if you want your way to do it, here's your way of doing it. You want to keep him safe and not have him eat a pin? There you go. Ethan Page wins this here, and Trick is not involved in the fall. It's that easy. That's going to be what Javon Evans is there for, to eat the pin. So either way, Trick gets protected. We get a new champion. That's how it works.
Awesome. Love it. Oh, there you have it, folks. We are done for this evening, 3 hours and a half almost. But before we go, I just want to let you know we appreciate you guys for joining us and tuning in here. But Pepsi will be on vacation starting tonight. He won't join us until the following week. But we're gonna tell Pepsi what's coming up next week, of course, so he can know what's going on. There's a lot of events still happening. You still have this is what you. Oh my God, Marigold happening on July 13th. Julia somehow still gonna wrestle unless it canceled. I don't know. It's still to be determined. And then you have, of course, versus teacher versus student. Right here we have Io Sky versus Utami Mayashita. Man, you have Shosuzuki versus Misa Batasu. Bozilla versus Mira or Adani. There's so much right now happening on this event, happening for the new promotion for Marigold Summer Destiny on July 13th. That's what you're having there. And also you're going to be having on July 13th as well. Look at that. Oh my God. A 2-night event here happening July 13th and 14th, which we're going to do our best to be probably live for the watch along at 3 in the depending on if I wake up, which I will probably wake up, and results depending on the champ, because we're going to have we're going to have Destination 2024 in Pro Wrestling Noah, AJ Styles making his debut versus Marufuji in the co-main event, and then you have, of course, Kiyomari defending the GC World Heavyweight Championship, JC Heavyweight Championship versus Yoshi. So there's a lot of great events happening here on this incredible event that I'm like, oh my God. this is going to be a banger. And then you have Keno versus the Blueprint right here, which I'm looking excited to see. There's so much happening in the world of professional wrestling. And also announcing for GCW on July 28th, we have Josh Barnett, Bloodsport number 11, pretty much.
11, yeah.
11 here. You have the Creed brothers making their debut. You have Justin and Brutus Creed making their debut. I don't know who they're facing. They haven't announced the matches. Who are they going to be facing? This is going to be an exciting next week that the Redeemer and I, and hopefully the DOM will be joining us to talk about this happening. Of course, Summer Destiny and alongside with Destination happening next week. We may be here for the watch along. We don't know, folks. There's a lot of things happening in world professional wrestling. And you still have the G1 Climax, which I will be there, of course, with Bakley. We'll be starting doing that. And within a week, we'll be doing the coverage of the G1 Climax up to date to give everybody the points, everybody where it's going on. The New Japan show is coming back. So that's one thing I'm excited for. And man, champ, what a summer, right? We have a summer of a lot of professional wrestling. Phil, did you see the lineup again? Did you see it, or I want to show you again?
Yep.
You see it?
Yep.
What do you think?
Again, waiting to see what happens now. You know me.
You see that? Are you excited for that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited for that?
Yep.
Are you excited for this one?
Oh my god.
Yep.
Did you ever thought that Barnett, the Creed brothers would be over there and fucking Josh Barnett?
It's Triple H globalizing WWE, so yeah, it's not really surprising.
Let me put this out there in the universe, GCW. You want Julius Creed's opponent? Give him Minoru Suzuki.
Oh my god, yes.
Just gonna say it.
Oh my god. That's right. But it's that time, folks. We're gonna hit it right here.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
We're running out of here, folks, but we appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. But I'm gonna let my two hosts right here. They're my two hosts because they run the show too. Not only me, they run the show here. But I'm gonna let them know where they can find you. Don't forget, people that are watching or listening, we will be here for Saturday and hopefully Sunday as well, alongside with Outrage Zone to do the NXT Keyblades watch along. Tomorrow we'll be here for Money in the Bank watch along, which Notorious DOM will be handling that. Hopefully, the champ here will be defending his network championship for the Redeemer to tag along with that as well. I don't know Pepsi Phil's schedule, which he might be on vacation by then. This is his turn. I took mine. Now it's his turn to take his vacation. But I'm gonna let the people right here, if I meet that, to let them know where you can find them, where you can follow them. Besides here on this incredible, phenomenal show that they make it happen here. I don't. They do it. They're the ones keep it going. So that's why I love them. I miss them very dearly. That's why I came back early on my vacation because I miss these guys. I miss Mussolini and Candy.
He's the fill of fucking Pepsi. End of law.
End of law. Because he's 1-900 Mussolini. You can hit him up for $3.99. Oh, he is a motherfucking Pepsi. He will fight for you, folks. But Pepsi told tell them where they can find you, where they can search you, where they can, besides here. They want to know you. They want to know where are you? Who are you? And where
find me on Instagram at PhilipJP24601. Everything you'll need about me is on there. And that's my link tree.
This man is tired because it's about to be midnight, so he's tired. I know he is. So champ, tell them where they can find you. Tell them where they can search you.
Facebook, X at JustinTime211. Follow my brother, my co-host, Jeremy in Time 721, In Time Wrestling Podcast. Find it, subscribe, follow it, do whatever you got to do. Turn on your notifications. Show will be coming back. Other than that, find me here on Circle of Debate. Find me going around. Like I said, follow me on Twitter because I will be around. That's where you'll find me most of the time. So other than that, I'll see you around, people.
That is right, folks. So you already heard it. If you're hearing on all audio platforms, you're listening on Spotify, you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you're listening to iHeartRadio, you can find us here and find us on social media, the description right below. Find us there, search us. But we'll be back here tomorrow for Saturday for watching Money in the Bank. Until then, folks, you already know that Attorney at Law, Pepsi Phil, and the Champ, the Redeemer, and us, we don't just do podcasting, music, busting attorney of, fighting for you for doing it at 9, being the champ, debating the world champion, and there's so much shit that we do. But there's a lot of things that we do here, folks. We don't just podcast and do all of that. We fucking make history, folks. Buenas noches. Good night, everybody. Good day. Goodbye.
Will
Over and over.
make
Over and over.
history
Over and over and over and over.